So, welcome back to Total Party Kill, the podcast where we find out which came first, the dungeon or the dragon. I'm Tony Sindlar. I'm your dungeon master. And previously on Total Party Kill, the official Dragonforge and Associates search committee, composed of Peter, Kay, and Flessa, rooted through some of the top candidates and made the job offer of to Acrid Torenkar Balasar, the Dragonborn warlord, to join the group.
Oh, the Waterdeep Torenbar for SARS.
Yes, Steve. And so hopefully she'll be meeting the he'll be meeting the group soon. Yeah. He'll. Peter, I think, had to duck home and pick up his backpack, put in an order for lunch for the team.
Yes.
And is hustling on his way back to the Yawning Portal, where he expects to meet up with the group soon.
My backpack has Bahamut on it.
It does.
I've heard that. Yeah, but is he gold or platinum?
He's shiny. It's hard to tell.
Is that like an applicator, or is he just like perched on your backpack?
Well,
it's like a metallic hologram.
It's a vinyl reproduction of Bahamut.
Yeah, it's an iron-on patch.
If Peter can't tell the difference between gold and platinum, I don't think he should be in charge of dividing treasure.
Well,
let's let Flessa do it.
That's good feedback.
Yeah.
It's shiny, less shiny, and slightly less shiny than that.
Okay, and so Peter returns to the Yawning Portal, where he, Kay and Acrid and Flessa are waiting for him, and I'm sure the others will be along pretty soon. Peter, anything you need to accomplish so far?
Yeah, Tony, I'd like to mark somebody as my quarry.
You're not here yet.
No,
we just lost a viewer.
I'm back.
20% of our viewers.
And we're just waiting for the rest of the gang to get here. And I placed a sandwich order, so we should be ready to go. We just need to wait for the rest of our party to get here.
Did you get mutton for me? You know I love mutton.
You're not there yet.
Oh, I know, but you're making a pre-order, right?
I know exactly what I need to get you.
Peter knows what you like.
So Alestrin, the Elven Ranger, is the next to appear because maybe he'll stop talking if he shows up.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Alestrin!
Hey, how's it going, Peter?
Welcome
What's
back,
shaking, buddy?
man.
It's good to see you. Good to see you. How long has it been?
Not that long. Just a couple of weeks.
No, really, how long has it been?
It's been several weeks since your trip into Undermountain, but you've probably been keeping up. Especially the first week back, a lot of people at the Yawning Portal wanted to buy you drinks. Probably were getting a lot of free sandwiches. Probably that dropped off pretty quickly, and you probably have been building up a decent tab of sandwich and drink orders in the last couple of weeks, and people might have feelings about that soon.
Well, in the last couple of weeks since we've been off, I've had a chance to kind of think about my personal philosophy and some of the things I've done, and I've come to the conclusion that I was exactly right. So nothing's going to change here.
Yay.
It's good times.
Just thought you should know.
Many of the Dragonforge and Associates used some of the gold they came back with from that first adventure, bets they had placed on themselves to come get some nice new equipment, and so hopefully that'll be great. But maybe they should have saved that money. Who knows? So Alestrin's here.
Woohoo!
I'm going to say that Melik, the Tiefling Wizard, is the next to arrive at the Yawning Portal.
Oh, this guy.
Hi, boss.
Hello.
Melik! Hey, good to see you again.
I see they still have that giant hole in the floor.
They do. How your orbs doing? How's it going?
I got a brand new orb.
Ooh,
nice. Sweet.
Whoa.
Sweet.
Does this one glow like the last one?
Even better. Ooh. This is an orb of inevitable continuance, which means I don't know how to turn it off.
I don't know those words, but
that's
it glows.
That's a problem with orbs, I find.
You're not supposed to know the words.
How have you been? You're looking
I've been
well.
good.
You're looking well, as well as you have looked in the past, anyway.
Well, thank you. You look like you have not been outside ever since we got back from the Yawning Portal.
I have been outside pretty much constantly, but mostly under piles of hay and that sort of thing. I like to stay out of sight.
It's reasonable.
Well,
You're
it's
weird.
good that you have a hobby.
It's a ranger thing.
Is it? I've met rangers.
Most of them like nature, though. So.
I like nature.
Yeah, those guys are dumb.
Rizwin the Dwarven Cleric, I believe the last but not least to arrive, and I believe you now have the assembled party of 7, Dragonforge and Associates, table for 7 at the Yawning Portal.
Well,
Hi, boss.
Did you guys order me a ginger beer yet?
But only by height. Sure. I also ordered you a sandwich from the sandwich shop. I got this. I got the management thing down. I'm leading by example here, and my example is that I ordered drinks and food for my party.
You're a good man.
Ladies, gentlemen, I have brought s'mores.
Ooh. S'mores?
I've been working on my s'mores technique in the last couple of weeks, so let me know.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet Acrid.
Oh, dear.
Well,
Acrid is the newest member of our
there's
party.
a dragon.
We interviewed him, and we're really excited. Dragonborn. They are dragon-esque, but it's not an actual dragon. It's just he's a large, or they're related to dragons, and I think it's going to add a whole other layer of leadership to the party. So we're very, very excited to have Acrid on board, and he's going to be
very nice.
Thank you for having me.
Hello.
So Acrid's a dude?
Mm-hmm. That's what he told us.
He currently identifies as
sometimes
cool
people seem to be confused about it.
I just like to know where I stand.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it is.
Acrid, I was looking at the transcript of your interview. It says here you breathe acid.
I spit acid. It is my breath weapon.
Okay, I was wondering if that meant you breathed in acid as well as out, which seems inconvenient.
My head is falling off.
But you sound great. You sound just like muffled like a dragonborn.
This was a good idea.
I cannot see anyone yet.
All right.
I assume you are all there.
This is good podcasting.
I appreciate this.
looks great. Doesn't sound that great, but
our
looks
8
great.
viewers are getting quite.
Since I don't have my beast form, I very much appreciate the fact that we've got a dragonborn identifying as a dragonborn on the camera.
Yeah. Good time. So we're Dragonforge and Associates.
Slightly meltier head than on your average dragonborn, but
well,
she breathes acid.
Yeah, that would happen.
Her head's full of acid. That's bound to have some sort of effect.
That's a good point. Well, so what are we doing here, gang?
I'm drinking my ginger beer.
Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm waiting for the sandwiches to be. Everybody drink up, and we're waiting for the sandwiches to be delivered. They're supposed to be delivered any minute now. I don't really know where they are.
As if on cue, Smurgle the Bugbear enters the yachting portal, carrying a sack of what you hope
Long
is
time no
sandwiches.
see.
I hope all sacks are sandwiches.
Beware of bugbears bearing
Hi,
sacks.
gang. Sorry I'm late. I had a delivery kobold who was supposed to bring this over. He disappeared mid-shift. It was very mysterious. I don't know what happened. So here I am. I got 7 orders here. I got 3 Rubens and 4 Surface Dweller specials.
Extra cart and me, right?
I think so. He starts handing out sandwiches.
Is there any candy? Is there candy?
Well, no. These are sandwiches.
Yeah, sorry. The Surface Dweller special has mutton, but does not have candy.
The Surface Dweller special is vegetarian. The Surface Dweller special is it's a bugbear sandwich. It's an RLT. Hold the R. But I don't understand it. But you people up here seem to love it.
Well, then I'll
take one of those Rubens.
Hey, one of those is mine.
A sandwich that doesn't have anything natural on it.
Smurgle, how's the sandwich shop business going?
You know, it's pretty good. During the 6th, he set me up with a small business loan. I hope to be able to pay him back not too long. But I think bugbear cuisine is it's an acquired taste. But the city of Waterdeep, the people, they're acquiring it. So that's good for us. Good for Smurgle. Good for the kobolds. I'm employing a lot of kobolds who I feel like, in other circumstances, probably would not be up to good. And now I've given them a job, and that's great. And I'm making money selling sandwiches, which it turns out is what I've always wanted to do.
We did that. Just wanted to point that out.
I've noticed some new sandwiches on the menu here at the Yawning Portal. Are you supplying some catering for Durnan?
I am. It turns out they had never tried providing food here at the Yawning Portal, so they're really expanding the repertoire.
Wow.
They had really been working on for 5 generations, just ale and a pit that we can just lower people into, and
it's more of a gastropub with a pit now.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I see what looks like sausages up in the corner of the map there. So,
those are artisanal bugbears.
So when they start
some
serving
kind of
candy.
a bouilla base.
So what are you guys up to?
You can recognize a bouilla base on this map?
Sure.
Oh, you know,
kind of ash.
we're getting the band back together because we left some unfinished business down
We
in the
did.
Undermountain. You know,
Oh,
we've
you're
got-
going to go back into the Undermountain?
Well, you know, we're 1 for 1 so far in terms of surviving it, and we've got some unfinished business because we still need to find Rutherford Ermbrusk. We're going to
Yeah.
follow up a tip that we got at the end of our last adventure. So we need to. We heard he was fleeing to the tombs, so we were
Yeah.
going to check that out.
Not that I don't have complete faith in you and appreciate all that you have ever done for me, but you do have a rather substantial tab that you've been running these last few weeks, and I really appreciate it if you took care of that before you went into Undermountain, just as a favor to me.
Well,
Okay.
Get back to me about that. Yeah.
All right.
Anything else?
There's a guy in the corner that takes bets. Why don't you give him 5 gold pieces that we won't make it back up? And that way, we'll
that
pay you if
seems-
we survive, and he'll pay you if we don't.
Oh,
I mean, not to put a number on it per se, but it does turn out that what you currently owe me is significantly in excess of that
But
amount.
we had a coupon. We had a coupon.
Oh, you have a coupon?
Well, no, we gave it to a guy who went down in the pit.
I'm not
I
sure.
don't want to be a
people
stickler
to
for
have
how
the-
coupons work.
I'm gonna look for the coupon when we're down there, and then
Okay.
I'll bring it back when we come back out of the
Exactly
pit.
how much
bring
is
it.
the tab?
I would have to do the math, and it's a lot of math.
Math is no fun.
You guys
Well, I'll
ate,
tell you what.
I mean, a lot of sandwiches. You bought sandwiches for everybody at the Yawning Portal on numerous occasions,
did
and I
we?
really
You're making
appreciate
friends.
the business.
Spreading the good word about
That's
Sparkle
right.
Sandwich Shop.
It's
Come
free,
on.
free
Why don't
advertising.
you give us some flyers? We could take them down into the Yawning Portal and paste them up places. Then
I'll think on
people will
that.
know to
Oh,
come
that's
up
a
here
great
and
idea.
order from
Yeah,
you.
think of us as your Undermountain Street team.
That's right.
We're like a corridor team.
Tunnel
We're
team.
employees. You should pay us in
Okay.
sandwiches.
Well, I'll be around. Yeah.
We'll be right underneath you. somewhere.
All right, we'll be nearby.
Okay. Smurgle wanders off. He's chatting with Durnan the Sixth, who is the proprietor of the Yawning Portal over the corner. So he's still around if you need to chat with him.
I'm
but you
happy
got your
for
sandwiches.
him. He seems to be doing good. Doesn't he seem to be doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knew that?
doing good.
Bugbears
Smurl
could
set
make
up
such
shop
good-
inside
Lousy
the Yawning
sandwiches,
Portal?
though.
He's
Or
just
is
around
he-
the corner. He's
just
around
around
the
the
corner.
corner.
I think they may
Sure.
share a kitchen, in fact, with the Yawning Portal. I'm not quite sure about that, but they're just right around, like in this building, but around the back.
This sandwich is awful.
I like mine.
Mine's yummy.
All right.
This Reuben is great.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Which sandwich did you get, Melik? That may
I got a
affect it.
Reuben.
He got one of the Reubens. I don't know. My Reuben's not bad, but I've never eaten anybody named Reuben before, so I don't know for sure.
That's what's in the sandwiches.
Hold the R. I get it now.
I think that was probably rat, but there's no way to know.
There's a lot of options.
Yeah, most
Bugbear cuisine.
bugbear cuisine is heavily rat based. So, what are you gonna do?
I don't
The
know.
rat
You
could
know,
be called Reuben.
you put some lemon on some grilled rat, and it's basically chicken.
Yeah, that's solid culinary advice from Peter Dragonforge, noted guy who lives in his parents' basement.
That's what my mom said. Come on, man.
I mean, that is our home base, so can't really say much else.
Wait, you live in your parents' basement? I thought we just hung out in your parents' basement.
Do you sleep on that couch we always sit on?
Guys, we're being invaded by
if
kids.
I'm-
I'm not.
Maybe.
I thought that was his rumpus room. I guess that would explain the bed and the underwear and the socks.
I just try not to ask
That
too
was a
many
very
questions
specific
about
kind
it.
of rumpus.
I just assumed he had a
lies.
bedroom upstairs.
I try to clean. Well, sometimes I don't want to go up there because my mom and dad are talking and they don't want me to be around. So sometimes I just stay downstairs and I
Aw.
sleep down there.
This adventuring just took on an entirely new life.
No,
The saddest
they're
paladin.
really there are all those questions about like what have I done for Bahamut lately, and is adventuring really the best way to spread the news of Bahamut? And I just don't want to get in it with them. We paid for paladin school, and now what are you doing with your life? Like
It's weird that they'd ask you
usually
that when he's
okay,
just
though.
sitting right on your backpack.
Well, they know that I'm pro Bahamut. Well, they got me the backpack though, Alestrin. See, that's the thing.
Well, they're contributing to your
wanna-
adventuring
wanna-
success.
Yeah. Anyway, so sometimes
Do
I
you
sleep
feel that you're
downstairs.
pressed into being a paladin? Like sometimes you don't really worship Bahamut?
No. Bahamut is the only constant in my life. It's the only thing that I really can hang my hat on. If I were to have a hat, I would hang it on Bahamut and use him because he's mighty and he can even be a hat rack. He is that great. He's a
In
beautiful
Bahamut's name be praised.
platinum dragony hat rack. I love Bahamut, is what I'm saying.
That's a good talk.
I will take a moment of silence in Bahamut's name.
I'm bored. What are we doing?
We're talking about
And eating
Bahamut.
sandwiches.
I can
Yeah,
dig it.
I'm bored.
I have some literature about Bahamut if you'd like to know more.
Don't
Let us
think you
all
read it.
turn to
Maybe.
page
I'm kind of
356.
with Blessa. We've been spending a lot of time in this portal, and I don't really want to spend too much more, and especially if we're going to be asked to pay a bill that we don't really have the money for.
Well,
I finished my sandwich.
so I think the question is, the question that I might have to Peter asked the universe is, what is our plan now? Are we waiting for some stranger to perhaps come up to us and give us more information, or are we already prepared to go down in the portal and seek out the tombs? Oh, universe, Tony.
Send us a sign, Bahamut.
Paging quest hook.
So
The
at
quest
that
is
moment,
to get away from our sandwich bill.
That's actually a pretty good quest.
Actually,
not a bad
that's not
quest.
bad.
you know. So some of you might recall from the first adventure that
I do
you
not.
you had a brief conversation with one of the fixtures of the yawning portal, whose name is Brother Seuloker. He's
yes.
a priest. He's always dressed in robes, and he's just been hanging out in the yawning portal for weeks now, as long as you've been around.
Like literally, somebody strung him up from the chandelier or
He's
something?
just he's parked in a chair in the corner, talks to himself a lot, doesn't eat or drink much, which the proprietors aren't a big fan of. And surprisingly, he is suddenly kind of standing nearby, as if listening in on your conversation. That you're not sure if you've ever seen him not be in that chair, aside from the very brief conversation you had with him before your first adventure into the Undermountain.
What was his deal before?
he the one
I
that
think
he was
measured
the
us
one
all?
who made coffins for people. As
He
they
did most
rose to the
notably
surface,
take
right?
all of your measurements.
I
right.
remember that.
Yeah, that
Brother
was creepy.
Seuloker, how's it going? It's good to see you standing.
Well, things have been better.
You've
I
already
see you
measured
have-
us. There's no need
business?
to do
Yeah,
it again.
not doing
We've
so
not
well.
expanded that much in any dimension.
I see you have a new associate.
We do.
Do you mind? And he approaches Acrid with he suddenly is holding a tape measure.
Well, measure carefully. Acid comes out of some of those holes.
What are you doing?
It's important that we record your dimensions.
Well,
so
where are
that
your
you can
hands?
be-
Take your hands. Your hands are getting a little low.
Oh no! I need to know how wide your shoulders are and how high you are, tall you are. Is that do you mind?
Yeah.
I do.
Generally,
Just-
you don't
just be
measure
a
the
moment.
inseam for a coffin. So
Just a moment, I assure you. So, Brother Acrid, he has to. Brother Seuloker has to hop up on
These coffins
a
come with
chair
a banana seed. It's a new feature.
nice.
to get Acrid's height, because Acrid is quite tall. It's rather
Quite
large, dragonborn warrior, and he seems a little displeased with how tall you are. I'm afraid
Are
that you're
you done yet?
much. Well, yes, I've got the measurements, and I'll record these here in my records. I regret to inform you, you're quite tall. They might have to bend you in half
He didn't
to
know.
fit you into our regular size tomb. I hope that won't
What?
be a
What
problem.
are you measuring me for?
Well, for your final resting place.
My final. What? Are you threatening me?
No, nothing like that. You see, the
I am
priests of my
still
order.
alive.
Oh yes, and quite alive. We prefer, should you someday pass on, that your rest be a restful one.
I do not like this
one.
conversation.
Well, perhaps I've intruded into a conversation I did not mean to.
Maybe it's not
How are all of
good
you?
to piss off the Dragonborn. We're good. We've had some sandwiches.
We're doing fine. Actually, you are somebody who's got a background in burials and the departed. I was
Yes.
wondering, when we were down in the Undermountain, we heard about an area known as the Tombs. Do you know anything about the Tombs?
I know a good deal about the tombs. There is actually a shrine to my order in the area of the tombs.
If you keep on touching me like that, you will find out a lot more about the tombs.
I'm good. I've recorded all I need.
Say, I don't suppose there's anything you'd like us to do in the vicinity of this shrine to your order and in the vicinity of the tombs.
I would if it's not too much to ask. I think I might be able to help you out in return. So,
Like by covering our sandwich tab?
I am not exactly one who carries a lot of cash.
But you bury a lot of people who must have cash in their pockets.
Oh, we would not take from
That's
the dead.
ethical.
That would be most upsetting. That is not our way.
Sure.
Well, we can do it.
That would be most upsetting to hear that you were doing that.
Well, we haven't
better
done
not
it
be
yet.
a-
I'm just offering. You know,
I
Better
would
not be
advise
offering a
against
discount
it.
on coffins because that doesn't help us.
It's important to make the right investments for the rest of your life and the rest of your death.
Is
But-
that your catchphrase?
Guy's kind of a downer.
I don't understand
business card.
this mortal concept of a catchphrase.
It's a phrase you use to drum up business. That way, sort of like an advertising tagline.
Business is always constant for the followers of Jergal. It's people are dying to get in.
Followers, is
It's
that
definitely a catchphrase.
is that your order? The followers of
Jergal.
The Crypt Keeper?
You're too much!
He is a revered member of our order, yes.
Ooh, a celebrity.
We
So
are
what do you
concerned-
want done?
All right. Look, I'll make this simple. I know that I don't usually talk to people. It's very awkward.
Lestran's getting
There's
down
a
to
shrine to Jergal in the area of the tombs.
To who?
To Jergal, the god, the patron of burial rites, of keeping people dead, people sleeping, keeping people restful, things being proper and in order. That is what we are very concerned about. A colleague of mine is there. He was supposed to have returned to the surface several weeks ago and shown me the path to the tombs, to the shrine, so I could help him out. He has not appeared. I am concerned about
Did you
him.
get his measurements?
Who is this colleague?
His name is Brother Bartholomew, and of course I have his measurements. All followers of Jergal make sure all of their records are up to
Well, at
date.
least you have that.
Something. But if I don't have his remains, that would be problematic.
What
So
more
a
can you
member of
tell
your
us?
order went on his own to the tombs area of Undermountain.
Well, there is in fact a shrine there that we maintain.
Wait, you go
We are
into
concerned with
Undermountain?
burial rites and making sure things. Well, it may not have been the best plan from the get-go, but
Do you have
we go to where people are interred. That is
And
how
it's
we do
just
it. Cemeteries, tombs,
went-
crypts.
do you have like
Did he go on his
Sewers?
Well, we are a solitary lot.
own? Sort of hermits.
You don't say.
how do you
Yeah,
avoid
I
all the
wonder-
dangers?
Not by choice, perhaps.
And do you frequently send a single brother down there and he returns safely?
Usually, it hadn't been a problem until now.
Wow.
It's usually very quiet, very boring, very peaceful.
You know,
Plenty
Well,
of time
your-
to read. Go over the
Patron
records.
God must protect you then in some essential way.
given how
He keeps the dead
That
dead.
has not been our experience in Undermountain.
So he keeps the dead dead. What do you mean by that? Is it is the dead? Do the dead sometimes not stay dead?
This is a problem that we seek to avoid at all costs. If a creature is properly interred and rests peacefully and the appropriate rites are followed, nothing bad will ever happen. We'll keep our numbers in our ledger and everything will be in place.
but if someone
But there are creatures that disrupt this.
Like who? Or what?
Well, I am concerned that there is a vampire lord who has been making moves in Undermountain, and he may have expanded his territory to interfere with the operations of our shrine.
Bummer.
That seems bad.
Yeah.
We are most opposed to these creatures. They have died and yet come back. That is bad for business.
What can you tell us about this vampire lord? Do you have a name? Do you have a set of powers that we could be concerned about? Or
Well, vampires are some of the most loathsome of undead creatures, for they seem to have free will and be sentient and fully aware of themselves and still go about their evil deeds. This vampire lord is known as Dayan.
Dan?
Dan?
Dayan.
Dayan Moaran?
Oh, that's
No.
right. We heard about him when we were down there before, and Olestrin thought his name was Diane, and we laughed because that was funny.
I have no recollection of that, but strangely, I feel like Flessa knows what she's talking about. It's very odd. You may have
She's
some
got a
sort of
good
a
memory.
savant-like...
It was funny.
ability.
We were laughing. I like laughing.
I believe that Flessa would
Flessa
know
doesn't
about
know what's
laughing.
going on around her, but she has good memory for what happened a few weeks ago.
Yep.
Sometimes.
So
Yes.
this Dayan, does he have any weak spots that you might know about?
Well,
Big
I have
glowing eye
never
we
met
should aim
him,
for?
but sunlight would probably be bad for
How
him.
do you bring sunlight underground?
Is there sunlight in Undermountain?
No, not really.
There does not tend to be sunlight.
Can we bottle? What about like holy light? You could bottle something, maybe make some magic.
I mean, if you knew a cleric. Hey, you know a cleric. Yeah, they tend not to mix well with vampires.
Yeah, well, I think we should probably go take care of this vampire.
I agree. It sounds like an evil foe, and I like to strike down the evil foes of the Undermountain while also looking for Rutherford Umbrusk.
Well, if you could
yeah, we
keep an
never
eye
found
out for my colleague or his remains, I would appreciate it.
What was his name again?
I don't really care, but I'll go if you guys are going.
His name is Brother Bartleby.
Bartleby.
What's in it for us?
Is he a Scrivener by chance?
Is Bartholomew going to be compensating us? Is somebody compensating us for
In
this,
sandwiches?
or are we just keeping an eye out?
I suspect that, should he still be alive, he may be able to assist you, and I would be able to help you out with a small favor in advance. There is a slightly more direct path to the tombs known to those in our order.
More direct
And I
tomb.
would be willing to share with you where that pathway is, so that you might proceed to the tombs by a more direct path than having to go down the pit and navigate half of Undermountain to get there.
That sounds good.
I like
Yeah,
that idea.
I would rather not go down in the pit. There's lots of statues down there, and that's not my favorite.
Statues
Yeah, the
suck.
statues
really
are pretty
do.
crappy.
Brother Bartleby of yours, does he have any distinguishing characteristics? How will we know him?
I think you'll
Usually
know.
tell us how
embarrassing
tall and wide
tattoos.
he is.
Well, he's a follower of Jerigal. I think we're all pretty easy to pick out in a crowd.
How so?
You're
Very
not.
dark.
So he looks like
I
you.
mean,
What you're saying?
he looks very similar. We all wear the traditional robes. I
So
know.
you're assuming that if we find his dead body, it'll still have his robe?
I mean, perhaps he's not dead. That would be the ideal situation.
What if he changes his clothes?
I had not thought of that. Look, I have very
Ew.
limited information. I've just been waiting here for weeks.
Do you usually bring a change of clothes when you go to this shrine in the
This is
Undermountain?
kind of a personal question.
Have you been wearing this same robe this whole time?
We have a vow of poverty, sir.
Well, at least have a change of robes.
Mission accomplished.
Clothes aren't really that expensive, brother. All you need is some sackcloth.
Look, we didn't all go into the Undermountain and come back with a rich payday just buying sandwiches for everybody.
What do you wear when you
Now
wash
we know
your
why he
clothes?
smells of meat and cheese.
As I recall, you had more than your share of those sandwiches, brother. So,
Thanks for the sandwiches.
All right, well, that's something. Let's show us where to go to get to the tombs. That's exactly where we need to go to look for Rutherford. So I love the idea of a shortcut.
I'm ready to take you there whenever you'd like. Are you ready to go now? Do you have any other business to conduct here in the yawning portal before
is
we?
there still the matter of a reward for finding Rutherford Umbrusk? I forget who it was that initially tasked us with finding him.
That was the Umbrusk family.
Yes, and that's still ongoing. I'm sure we reported back to them that we had a lead on them.
You did, and in fact, you did return to the surface with Czar, who is presumably in jail or awaiting trial. We don't have to get into the details of how the Waterdeep Court of Justice works, but there was yes, thank you. Dungeons and Dragons. This is the story of both. No.
Now we're bringing the dragon with
The
us.
Waterdeep Judicial Council has two branches.
Oh boy.
But there was
Find
a
bad
there was
guys.
there was
And the
kind of there was
adventurers
not
who kill them.
a full reward, but there was a token reward for returning with that information, and that the last that Czar saw him, Rutherford was still alive, and you put that money toward the shiny new equipment that you purchased at the start of the adventure.
And sandwiches.
And, well, actually, most of your sandwiches were bought on credit, which is how you've gotten yourself into this situation.
Well, it's not our fault if bugbears have no business sense.
Like, it is kind of your fault in that you suggested he open a business, so, but, like, let's not point fingers.
But he's so happy now. I mean, really, can you put a price on the kind of happiness that he has, the kind of self-worth?
Well, he does have a ledger with a rather significant number at the bottom of it, so, I mean, that would be the price, yes.
Who taught a bugbear to use a ledger?
I mean, maybe he delegates that to a kobold.
So racist.
That's
well, with the
kobold
no
is.
better. It probably just has like a little drawing of a dollar sign, and that's it.
I was teaching him a little bit.
Or a little
letters.
sack of money.
Little sack of money, right? It probably is exploding. Well,
Okay. Can
shall
we
we
go?
set out,
'Cause
I
I'm
guess?
bored.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's lead on, sir. Lead on. Let us go to our
lead
shortcut.
on, brave adventurer.
Okay. As you head toward the door, Durnan the Sixth, the owner of the yachting portal, does kind of wave at you, Peter. In kind of a like.
With his entire hand.
Do
Yes.
I owe
Did he wave us
him
over?
money?
Oh yes.
Then I wave back as if I've misunderstood his wave and leave.
That's some good paladining.
And so you do.
Bahamut knows. He's on your backpack. He sees everything.
So, Brother Seuloker travels with you just a few blocks from the yawning portal down some twisting alleyways and into a particularly kind of dark and shadowy alleyway until you arrive at a manhole cover in the street.
It's not nearly as exciting going this way. People aren't cheering for us as we lower ourselves into the sewers.
No, but do you really
still
want
a pit.
cheering over not being murdered by statues?
Oh yeah, there's the statue thing. to
Strong
consider.
point.
Yeah.
I can't speak from any experience, but my belief is that there are very few statues between you and the shrine on this path.
Thank.
But I have never been here myself. Again, I was supposed to meet my colleague, and he was to escort me and show me
In
the
my
way.
experience, shrines are usually lousy with statues.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, but between
I just
you
think
and the
statues are lousy.
Yeah. Well,
Agreed.
I wish you the best of luck. And if you can slay that vampire lord, well, I'm sure the people of Waterdeep would appreciate it. He's quite
We'll see what we
troublesome.
can do. We'll try to get your brother back. Can't say for sure we'll slay the vampire lord, but we'll do our
Oh
best.
no, going to slay the vampire
Guys, when
lord.
we came back up to the surface, I assumed that people were buying those sandwiches for us as returning heroes, not that we were buying them for everyone else. I think we made a horrible mistake.
I think there was about a couple days where they were like, there were sandwiches being bought for you, and then like you guys were like, "This is the high life. The money's never going to run
I
out." There was a little bit of the MC Hammer story here, and this is,
no.
I mean, just like
This is
MC
gonna
Hammer.
end
Now you got to
poorly.
go back in Undermountain and fight a vampire lord.
That
I'm pretty
explains
sure
the
that's
plus
how it
5
ends.
parachute pants you added to my character sheet. I was
Yeah.
wondering about those.
We did have an episode called Too Legit to Hit.
Wait,
so-
are we now?
I should not have built that playroom for myself in my dad's backyard entirely out of sandwiches. That was probably a mistake.
on so many
Probably
levels,
not.
Peter.
It really didn't last very long.
No, the raccoons came overnight and just dismantled it. Really.
Ooh,
Well,
creepy.
you really should have asked for your money back. The sandwiches should be a lot sturdier and
That's what I
long
said.
lasting than that.
My mother just shook her head at me. Oh well.
She does that
Anyway,
a lot.
onward to glory.
All right.
Is the reason we keep running into tunnels and stuff because you're trying to get away from a sad home life, Peter?
Onward to glory.
Don't get him started. Don't get him started.
Let me give you some classic wizard advice, Melik. Never never ask a question that you don't already know the answer to.
That's the essence of magic. Like, what happens if I set fire to this, and what eldritch force is behind that door?
Whoa! I didn't want
I
to get
wonder
into
what
a
this
wizard
demon will
philosophy
demand for his blood
argument.
sacrifice.
All right.
For Bahamut and goodness.
In his
Come on,
name
guys.
be praised.
Come on. We gotta
Whatever.
go.
All right.
I don't think I'm gonna fit down the manhole.
You can make it. We can
It'll
squeeze.
it'll be tight, but
Is there a Dragonborn hole somewhere nearby you can use?
Well, this is the bad part of town.
That means something different.
That was awful. That was really awful.
Wow, that was like a Steve quality joke.
I loved
it. All right, who will be first? Into the sewers.
For Bahamut and goodness, Peter is going first.
All right, Peter. Can you see this map?
I can.
So, Peter opens the manhole cover. There's a ladder. It descends quite some distance into a rather dark, gloomy. There's a little bit of light coming in through the manhole cover that you just opened. Sewer below. There's a, simple stone ledge, and then a river of, we can probably surmise sewage.
This is what Brother Seuloker meant when he said interred.
Yeah. Peter, you're first down the ladder. Who's
Thank you, good night, enjoy the buffet.
Who's
Enjoy the
going to be
mutton
second?
sandwiches.
I will try to go next. Everyone may jump on my shoulders so that I will fit.
All right. Ackard will be second down. You might think about who is going to lead to kind of who's going to be at the bring up the rear.
I would be happy.
That
to
sounds like
yeah.
a very leading question. I will not bring up the rear.
I can bring up a rear.
Okay. And do the rest of you care where you are in between?
I mean, I'd probably prefer to be as far back as possible, just because.
All right.
My throwing range is only about 5 easily, so closer to the front would be better.
Probably, Ackard is pretty big. You probably feel pretty safe being anywhere. Kind of, Ackard provides a lot of cover in a situation.
Gotcha.
That's why I'm in front of him.
All right, I'll take up the rear. It's
I am a
usually good
human
idea for the
shield.
archer to be hanging back.
All right, so there's your group. You've descended into the sewers. It smells worse than you could have expected.
Just like home.
Yeah.
Is Melek's orb glowing now to make it light?
We've been in Peter's rumpus room. This really isn't that bad.
Yes, my orb is glowing.
I
Behold the
cleaned
glowing
that.
orb of inevitable continuance. Something like that.
It sounds
So-
awesome.
You're in a sewer. There's a river of sewage. There's a nice little stone ledge going off in each direction. You can see a little bit to the west. The tunnel kind of takes a turn, and there's a little bridge over the sewage. Yeah, that's what you're seeing here in the sewer.
Is Brother Seuloker still leading us, or did he tell us which way to go?
He said best of luck. He had only been to the he has good reason to believe that this will lead you to the tombs eventually, but he has never been this way and has zero interest in going.
Did
So
he
he
even know
didn't
which
even tell us
direction
which
to go
direction
from
to
the
go?
ladder?
He wished you the best of luck.
All right.
All I know is the tomb's got a lot of sewage sloshing up on it, so this looks right.
Oh, boy.
Enjoy.
This is not the right place.
Well, you know what? Peter is in the front, and he's on the west side. So I say we go west.
West side?
Yeah, well,
right.
that's the bridge
That's
over
reasonable.
the sewer, right?
Why?
So yeah.
Flessa making reasonable comments?
All right. I'm gonna
That's
let
right.
you.
I gotta get in character, you guys.
It's
I'm failing.
homespun
She
wisdom.
has a simple wisdom.
Jason, I'll
And
let
oddly
you.
is
I'll
the
let you move your
historian
character.
for the group, which is very weird.
Well, honestly, I couldn't take a wisdom or intelligence as low as I tend to play the character, so I'm playing it today, I guess, closer to the actual sheet.
Okay. So,
What's Flessa's intelligence anyway?
That's a very
8.
personal question.
Oh, high five. So is Peter's.
Oh no!
Yeah, but he's got an 18 charisma, so you never noticed.
Well, that's low average. That's not that bad.
And 14
No, it's
wisdom.
not. That's what I'm
He's got
saying.
all the intangibles, just not the actuals. Oh,
What a-
there's something
what a
moving over there.
all right.
Yes.
From out of the gloom, you start crossing this little bridge.
Things are happening.
that goes across the sewer, and you can actually see. It looks like there's actually like kind of a glowing.
Is that
not
a
a fire,
brazier?
but some embers.
It looks like a brazier, Tony.
Is it a burning garbage can?
There is a burning garbage can, and there's 2 rather unsavory-looking characters just hanging out next to the burning garbage can.
In the sewer.
Tony
In
is
the
committed
sewer.
to not
Crazy
having
talk.
one of those talky first episodes of a season of Total Party Kill. Yay! All right. Who are these dudes? Do we know anything about them?
Hey, they turn to see you.
They live in a sewer.
Yeah.
We know that.
How do we know they live
Hey,
here?
We don't know
And
they live
apparently
here.
they're
We-
unsavory.
We don't live here, and we're here.
It's amazing the trash can fire doesn't explode all of the methane that's rising up out of this river of
Hey.
poo that's drifting past us.
Hey, you.
That sounds suspiciously like science. We're in a world of
Hey.
magic.
Yes.
Hey, you.
Hey, you.
No science in Waterdeep.
Whoa. Hey, what's all this chatter here?
We're talking.
Shut up. You're in our territory. What are you doing here?
Who are
Did you just tell my friend to shut up?
I think I did.
I think that is very impolite of you.
He whistles, And several people appear from the passageways behind him.
All right, I am.
But
going
yet,
to try
I
to-
don't really mind it that
at
much.
These are, you're up against there are two. They started out with two rather unsavory humans hanging out next to this burning trash can. But they look like they're disgusting. They smell worse than the sewer. They're pretty well armed.
They should
And
take a bath in the sewer then, shouldn't they?
One of them whistled, and suddenly three more appeared.
More humans?
And, yeah, they're all humans. They're all scruffy-looking riffraff, and they seem not thrilled that you're here.
I am going to try and defuse the situation.
Can we play through?
and calm it down and try to talk our way past them. Can I do that with a diplomacy roll?
Yeah.
I like the sure from somebody who is not the DM.
That was me. You're good. Sure.
All right.
How flammable do these guys look? Just asking.
Medium flammable.
I got a critical diplomacy.
Look at that.
It's a 30 diplomacy.
What does that sound like, Peter?
It sounds like they nod and bow and say, "Go right on, sir."
Tell me a little bit more about what you say that would potentially elicit that
I'd say,
response.
sir, we are just passing through. We need to go to the tombs. We are on a quest. We are but adventurers. We do not wish to bother you in any way, but we do need to move along. We are for the sacred order that inters the dead. They have sent us on a very important quest to the tombs. So we don't want to bother you, but we do need to move along.
You're hanging out in a sewer. I imagine you're intimately familiar with the concept of passing through.
This is why I do the diplomacy.
I really respect that. My name is Drew. I'm part of the Tin Dog Gang. This is us. And, I regret to inform you, you are currently infringing on our territory, but I think we can work something out. Usually people come down here, we rough them up, throw them in the sewer. I don't see any reason that we've got to get physical here, but we would appreciate a small, offering. Call it a toll. Call it a gift between friends.
I have half a sandwich.
Yeah, I know a place where you can get free sandwiches all day long.
Look, I got to pay up to my boss. He's got to pay up to his boss. There's a whole boss hierarchy. So I need something that is a little bit more of value than half a sandwich. But I
know
appreciate
the
where you're
proprietor
coming from.
of the sandwich shop, and if you go up there and say we sent you, he will give you free sandwiches.
That is not unreasonable. But what do you got on you as far as vis-a-vis gold?
I'm not allowed to carry gold.
I've been there, sister.
Honestly, the sandwich guy has most of our gold. Well, I mean, people in the area have most of our gold.
We actually owe money. We don't have stuff on us because we owe money. That's one of the reasons we're doing this. So we can give you an IOU for our way out, perhaps.
Look,
we're gonna
Does
have to
my
come back out,
character have
right?
any gold?
I'm sympathetic. Let me tell you, you don't end up working the sewer beat if you got a lot of money. That's not how this organization
Boy,
works.
brother, I hear that.
But I do notice. I mean, look at me. Me and my friends here. We're just scraping by. I notice that each of you does seem to have some pretty shiny looking equipment there. Perhaps if some of that were to be left behind, we could come.
We would never leave behind something shiny.
Look, the sewers are dangerous. I think we could help you out.
They just got more dangerous when we came into them.
Token fee. Did you just threaten me?
No.
Yeah.
What? No, he didn't.
No.
We're in more danger than we were before. Now that we're in the sewers, that's all I meant.
Tony,
Does the Tin Dog Gang have a cool theme song?
They haven't taught it to me
question.
yet. We're pretty low in the hierarchy, honestly. I mean, we don't
Does
get
my
invited to all the
character-
meetings.
Tony, I'm going to
Tony?
try a different tack now and say, again, we aren't going to pay you. We don't want to cause any trouble. There are 7 of us hardened, experienced adventurers and a smaller number of you. And can I try intimidation?
Yeah.
I'm going to quietly
16.
knock an arrow while
Okay.
he's yapping.
You say there's more of us than there are of you. He whistles twice.
Yeah, I thought that might happen.
Does not seem fair that we're not allowed to talk, but he gets to whistle all he wants.
He whistles like crazy. He's great at it.
This is how he works. Do I have any money when my character started out?
I think that, you were really in more of the money-seeking situation. And several more unsavory-looking types. These ones all seem to be armed with crossbows fill in behind him. There's more coming. 6 of them suddenly appear. So you could do the math. There is now 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of them, and 7 of you. So I don't know how you feel about that.
Out of curiosity,
I feel like I've.
is
Go
there
ahead.
a traditional toll amount that you normally accept?
Usually we take everything people have and throw them in the sewer. So that's kind of where we're headed now.
But you were working out a deal with the envoy of Bahamut here. So what?
I like your pronunciation. That's how we call. That's what we call him at home.
How about
don't
we
usually say
pass
that out in the
by
world.
and Bahamut doesn't explode you guys?
I don't take kindly to threats, and all of his friends load their crossbows.
All right.
That's, again, you've been threatening us since we walked down here. It doesn't seem fair.
Hey, buddy, it's my sewer. Go find your own sewer.
We're gonna come through.
We're trying.
and
Technically,
if
it's
you
Jurgles.
won't let us pass, then this is gonna get really bad for you.
I'm Peter Dragonforge. I'm just sort of stabbing in front of me. If you're there, that's on you. That's the situation?
Stop
I rolled
stabbing
thir-
yourself. Stop stabbing yourself.
I rolled critical diplomacy and it didn't work. So
Yeah.
what else is left after diplomacy and
You know, I think
intimidation fail?
he was looking for some monetary compensation or equipment, and he's pretty desperate. Again, he's
Yeah.
working the sewer beat on the racketeering gig.
You know
So-
what? You can keep all of my arrows that end up stuck in your head in the next.
Well,
You know,
I'm
I-
going to
Do you
suggest.
normally get rich people in the sewer?
Guys, I just found out 10 gold pieces that I haven't spent on sandwiches yet. How that's all I have left. Will you take that?
I think you guys should probably roll initiative.
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
past that now.
Yeah, this seems like a
Okay.
pretty crappy beat for shaking down people.
These are not the best
How many
in the
people
game.
How
pass
many
through the
people,
sewers?
come through this secret lair?
Everyone will roll, that's 5 feet next to me, will roll a +2 to initiative.
Oh,
Loving.
Well,
Oh,
then-
that's 5 feet next to you. That's only like the next
one
standing
square.
right
square.
next
So
to
it's
you, right?
me. So
Flessa
my
and
initiative roll is
Peter.
10 instead of 8. Yeah.
And mine is,
Is it-
what was it? +3?
+2.
+2. Okay, then 22 for me.
22.
Acrid,
then.
Acrid, you should check. It might actually be 5 squares. Is it 5 squares or 5 feet?
Oh, yes,
does-
it's 5 squares. My apologies.
5 squares is a lot more.
So,
So how
Melik
many?
and
Sorry,
Alestrin
sorry.
are
It
inside
says
that,
within
too.
10, but it doesn't say 10 what.
Oh.
Initiative.
So 10, is it 10 squares?
25 feet.
Don't use feet in 4E. You're just gonna make yourself sad.
Wait, let me just
So
let me
squares
take
by
a
feet.
look
We're
on the
supposed to
thing.
walk.
10 squares.
10
Yeah.
squares.
Cats.
Oh, so we're all +2 initiative then.
All right.
All right. So bear with me a second.
Suck
I'm
at
using
burning trash can gang.
I'm
Take
using
that.
roll 20, and it's always fun. All right. Let's see. I know how to use a computer. I'm going to ask you one at a time. Alestrin, how are you doing for initiative?
We get the +2 in
Yep.
addition to what we. Okay, so 19.
Melik,
15.
Kay.
That's 17.
Wow. Okay, this is not great for the team jerk. Rizwin.
That wouldn't be
19.
team jerk.
I'm sorry. Did you say 19, Rizwin?
Yes, with the bonus 19.
Nice. Flessa.
22.
I'll take this moment to remind you, Flessa, you have combat advantage against creatures that haven't acted yet. Acrid.
As long as we're reminding
19.
people of things, Alestrin.
Sorry, I couldn't hear.
It's not my
whatever.
turn yet.
What did you say, Acrid?
It was on the
19.
docket,
Guys, a little less crosstalk when people are giving me numbers, please. I still haven't heard it. 19?
19.
That's great. And Peter.
Good luck with that.
It's in the chat room too. 10.
10. All right. And let me tell you, you've got, there's 4 groups of people here. You've got, some of them have names that you've never met because you were mean to them.
30 diplomacy. Come on, man.
I know, but you gotta be willing to bargain. You were like, let's just walk past.
Yeah, that was my deal. Die or we'll walk past.
We're the unreasonable ones.
Yep.
We kind of used up all our gold, so it's not like we have a lot. Except of our equipment, which we're not giving up. So
Kind of
everybody dies.
My sheet says I have 360 gold, but
Mine too.
Yeah.
I want to keep it.
I put
Mine
that in
mine
the
said
bank.
360 gold before we even started the previous adventure, and it still says that. So I don't trust it. Don't trust the character sheet.
Keep all your money under your bed.
Or
In the mattress.
Cash for gold pieces.
in the basement.
Our cash is gold pieces. I don't.
It's very confusing.
All right. Have I actually done this right? Let's see.
Like, say hello to the people listening to the parts that were edited out.
Yeah. Hey, people who like to watch the video version because we edit out all this stuff. How you doing?
My sister's watching. Hi, Amber.
All right. Flessa, you get to go first, followed by some of the less savory group, and then Acrid. So.
All right. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like there are 2 guys that are within reach. I will go for that one.
Okay.
And I'm not going to move in close because that sounds scary and dangerous. So I'm going to do my good old sly flourish, and I do have combat advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do that. All right. So I roll a 27 to hit.
Whoa.
That'll hit.
And yeah, 15 damage, that's terrible damage. A 1 and a 2 on 2d8s.
Okay. Well, he's still hurt, but he's not bloodied.
Boo.
Anything else? You can move and other things if you want.
Actually, I'm pretty happy back here behind Acrid, so I will just stay put. As a free action, I will stick out my tongue.
Okay. Let's just get one other thing here. Okay. So, the ruffians are going to go next. So you notice that there's 4 groups of ruffians ahead of you in terms of types of weapons they've got, right? There's obviously the rather large group of crossbow fellows there. But there's also the 2 main ruffians that were standing by the burning trash barrel. One of them is armed with a long spear, known as a long spear, and one of them is armed with a halberd, which is basically like a stick with an axe at the end of it, right? This gentleman is going to step around in front of his friend here, and he sees Peter as the threat, and he has reach with this weapon, and he is going to try and swing at you, Peter, with his halberd.
All right.
10 versus AC.
Yeah, what's worse than a clunk? A clank.
A whoosh as it
yeah, he missed. He just nothing but air.
He shakes his fist at you. Okay. He does mark you. He has your attention. Okay. The crossbow friends are next. There are 6 of them.
The crossbow friends. The crossbow friends.
There's 6 of them.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Crossbow.
6 of them, 7 of you. I think they're basically going to they're all going to take shots at everybody except Peter, since they figure Peter's going to get cut in half with an axe very soon.
Yeah, it's looking good so far.
Yep. All right, so I'm just going to do these one at a time. So this will be Flessa, 23 versus AC.
Ow.
6 damage.
Ow.
Alestrin, also 23 versus AC, not suspicious at all.
Yeah, that hits.
6 damage. Rizwin, 25 versus AC, it's getting worse.
Ow.
6 damage. Melik, 11 versus AC.
Nope.
And Acrid, 22 versus AC.
Hits.
And 7 damage, and I think last but not least is K, 17 versus AC.
That will just hit.
All right, so you all get peppered with crossbow shots, and most of you get hit. Let's see. The other not so scrupulous looking ruffian is going to. This one is armed with a spear, and he is going to move over here in front of his friend. He sees Peter there, and he's going to try and just jab at Peter with a spear.
I hate spears.
18 versus AC. Okay. So, well, they're better at crossbows than they are at other stuff. Acrid, you are next. Rizwin, you're on deck.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go through how I do this because this is new to me. So, I can move, then do my daily exploit, then do my breath weapon. Is that fair? Or do I have to do my daily exploit, then move, then do breath weapon?
Nope, you can do them when whatever order you want.
But I can't do breath weapon and attack and daily exploit and move.
I think that's
breath
4
weapon
things,
innate?
right?
I don't know if breath... Okay. Okay, so I will...
What's daily exploit?
It's going to be Bastion of Defense.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, since I'm going to move... Oh, wait, let me move my character. Okay. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is... Call forth my honorable warriors!
Ooh.
Everyone, all allies within 5 squares will gain a +1 power bonus to all defenses until the end of the encounter, plus all allies within 5 squares, which I believe now everyone, I don't know if Riswin is. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone, including Riswin, will gain temporary hit points, which will equal to 6 extra hit points that will go over whatever they need.
Can those go over our max?
Yes.
Temporary
Yeah.
hit points add.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
How many
wait.
how many temporary hit points was it?
6. My charisma modifier. Wait a second. Let me make sure. Yes, 6.
What was the bonus to defense? I'm sorry.
+1.
+1.
+1.
+1.
So that gets added on to AC or
Yes.
fortitude or whatever.
Yes. And I'm just going to change my hit points. 1 second.
What was the name of this power, Acrid?
Bastion of Defense.
Okay. I don't know if I remember that one.
Thing of the Thing. It's in
Yeah.
the Player's Handbook 7. You probably don't have it yet. It's a pre-release.
That's weird that they're still doing new players' handbooks for the last edition of the game.
A lot of people really love it.
Yeah.
It's a 4th
Okay.
and a half edition.
And then
And that's what was the modifier to defense?
+1.
So is that our AC
All
goes
defenses.
up
All
All
defenses.
All
All of them
defenses.
until the end of the encounter.
1? All right. Awesome.
Okay.
I told you it was a good hire.
She's showing off for her first battle with us. Or he is showing off.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
like it.
Thank you. He, yes. Then I say, in the name of all that is dragon! And I spew out acid upon the, in a 3-foot square in front of me.
That is going to hit a lot of people.
Gross.
And that is...
So it's a blast 3.
Yes,
So-
last 3.
So do you want me to draw a little square?
Yes, please.
So I think it's like, I think you're going to get them.
Floor.
Yeah.
And...
Nice.
So you do the tricky thing. You're going to roll for each of them.
Okay.
So why don't you work like across the top and then the next row and then
And
the-
for Dragon Breath, it's just my strength modifier.
It is. It looks like it's +7 and it targets their reflex.
Okay. Okay, and I roll for 1, 2. I'll just start rolling. 1, 2,
Yep.
3. Sorry, 1 second. 9. Oh, 8.
Those could be better.
21.
21, I'm pretty sure hits anything on this map. Yeah.
19.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 25.
Okay, is that all of them? Or do you
And
have one more?
12.
12 is the last one.
Okay. All right. So 12 was a miss. And can you give me 1 damage roll and I'll apply it to all the ones you hit?
Sure. And my damage is 1d6 plus 2. Four.
Okay. So one of the crossbow holding ruffians just falls to the ground screaming as acid
Yeah.
melts his face away.
That was
I
with
like
4
him.
damage?
Yep.
Oh wow, these guys are either minions or very, very weak.
Minions.
And you spray a good amount of acid on one of the ruffian leaders and one of his friends behind him, but two of them are unscathed, and you didn't get the crossbow guy around the corner. All right, so you moved. You did
That's
your daily
convenient.
power, and you did you breathed acid on a bunch of people.
Yay!
Anything else?
It's a good first step.
All right. So Rizwin, I think you're next.
Is there any way that I can get past Kay, Olestra, and Melik?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
just
can move through.
You can squeeze past
Okay.
them with no penalty.
If
They,
we
they
let
don't they don't take up an entire square. They're just it's their personal space. So
No, our
see.
friends are all cubes, 5-foot
Yeah.
cubes.
you. I don't know. Melik has a
know.
huge orb.
I'm
he carries
kind of
around.
close to a 5-foot cube.
That's true. The Dragonborn
That's
is.
true. That's true, but he
Okay.
spews acid, so that is okay.
It was a good hire.
Well,
Good hire. Good hire.
Yeah, we'll take credit for that.
so Rizwin, you could
Guys.
attempt to jump over, but that would be very dangerous. So
yeah, I think I'm not that dexterous. Plus, I could probably hit it.
Yep.
But let's see. So I can only do. I think I have a ranged attack that only goes 5.
let's see. But 5 is not horrible. There are people within 5 of you.
Yeah, there's actually a crossbow guy right across from me.
Those ones are.
These ones are.
I think that one is right. Yeah. So there's a couple of people within 5. So maybe you want to do ranged and then start moving. I know ranged is probably
that
not
guy is
like your core competency.
Okay. Why don't I shoot for that guy there then?
Okay.
And I'm going to do a sacred flame.
Okay.
Oh wait. Yes. Let's see. I do +6 versus reflex. Okay, so it's a reflex. Let's see. Ah. $12.
Okay, 12 will not quite hit his reflex. He dodges out of the way as a sacred flame bursts across the sewer. He shakes his mace at you.
Okay. There's not a lot I can do right now, so I guess I'll hang out.
Did you want to start maneuvering around the sewer to get closer?
That's probably a good idea. Is there anything over to the right here?
In fact, now that there's shots of sacred flames going across the area and stuff, you can see that the passageway ends in that direction.
Well, all right then. Then I can move 5, right?
I believe so.
All right. Then I'm gonna waddle this away.
Okay, so you push past your friends, ready to leap into battle, while they're just going to probably hang back and shoot at people from across the sewer.
Waddled. All
Yep.
right. I'm done.
Okay, Alestrin, you are up next.
Woohoo! Let's go.
Kay,
Kill some
you're on
dudes.
deck.
Got it.
All right. Well, I think it'd be really cool if a lot fewer people were shooting crossbows at us.
Quarry.
Here, here.
Yeah. Come on, I'll get to that. It doesn't do me any good this round because I'm going to take
All
out
right,
some of
good,
these
good,
crossbow
good, good.
guys. But what the heck? Since everybody's so concerned, I'll go ahead and make this guy my quarry. Because he's the closest guy to...
Hooray!
Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, these guys are technically the same distance. So you know what? I'm going to make the guy that looks unique. Was he the one who was doing all the talking?
He was,
earlier?
yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to make him my quarry. For
Okay,
future reference.
I'll put a quarry symbol on him.
Ooh, badass. Skull and crossbones.
That was,
And-
I believe his name was Drew. Aspiring low-level operative in the Tin Dogs gang.
He's already in the
Tin
past
Dogs
tense.
Gang, the Tin Dogs Gang. They hang out in the sewer and shake people down for weaponry.
They
The
did.
Tin Dogs Gang.
Assuming, they're still doing this after a minute from now.
And now, the Tin Dogs gang, I believe their spin-off was the Crossbow Friends.
Okay.
I felt like the Crossbow Friends really fell down from the quality level of the Tin Dogs Gang.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they didn't
That's-
have the budget.
That's
Yeah.
true. Well,
Yeah.
the Tin Dogs Gang failed to actually get any money, so...
Crossbow Friends
okay.
all use the same model for their characters.
Hey, each of them is unique.
Given that these guys appear to be minions, I'm going to try to pick off this crossbow dude and this crossbow dude with
Yep.
a twin strike.
Okay. I'm going to say the first attack is on the one closer, and the second one's the one on the back row. How's that?
Let's do that.
All right, do it.
So, 28. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's the target, out of curiosity?
You said the first crossbow guy?
Oh, no, sorry. But is the target AC or reflex?
Oh, it's AC.
All right. Well, that was kind of academic. He's gone.
It's basically all AC with me.
Okay.
All right.
And his friend?
Well, let's do that again. 29. Oh, that's a crit.
Yep. All right.
What a waste of a crit.
They're both gone.
I critted a minion.
It's all right. He's dead though. He's dead.
He's really dead. All the way. Dead.
Tuck them over here. Okay.
All right.
Alestrin, anything else? Do you want to maneuver around? You've
I'll
marked
just
something
say
as a quarry.
eat it, crossbow guys.
Okay.
I'm pretty happy where I'm at, actually. So I'm going to hang out right here.
I will
a
point
duel
out,
of
just as a
archers.
reminder, you do have action points. So if you need, if a time comes where you want an extra action on your turn, you have that as an option until you use it, and then you don't have it anymore.
And then we don't get one of those back until
Two
the next
encounters.
encounter is
Yeah.
over, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or until we have a long rest, which is not going to
Correct.
happen anytime soon. Okay.
Unlikely. This adventure is based on adventure, not on resting. Okay.
But dreams can be the
All
greatest
right.
adventure of them all.
Nope, not true. Dungeons and Dragons in a sewer. Sewers.
That season where they just napped all the time was weird.
Total party nap.
So I'm gonna target the folks standing close to Acrid because you know what? I feel like they're potentially a danger coming up around next. So I'm gonna fire. I'm gonna drop a burst one within 10. I'm gonna grasping tide. I'm gonna take up the sewer water and
Ew.
turn it to my advantage and slosh it over on them.
That
so
seems not safe. So,
So it's gonna burst one. It's gonna originate. Oh, Sarah, I'm gonna steal your mouse for a sec. It's gonna. How can I? Where's my?
Press and hold.
It's gonna originate out of there.
oh, okay, yeah. One of those will hit
That dude.
four people.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, is he on the ground? Still alive?
Those four are alive. The
Yeah.
X's are dead.
It looks like he's fallen over. Okay.
He's dramatic. He's taking up a lot of space with his cape.
All right. So I'm gonna hit the quarry first, and then just go clockwise.
Sounds good. Give me 4
All
rolls.
right. 4 rolls coming up.
I missed Kay's Grasping Tide. That's one of my favorites. And in the
It's
sewer,
fun.
it's even better.
It's
It's a stinking tide
appropriate
now.
here. Yeah.
Chunky tide.
Now this is showing that I haven't played D&D in a while. Tony, what am I adding?
You add +8,
Okay.
and
there
it
we
targets fortitude, which is unusual. And
Yeah,
it's not
that's
not
fun.
great for these guys who live in a sewer.
Well, makes sense
All
for a tide of poop.
All right. 17 for the first guy. 11 for the
turd
second.
country.
Yeah. 26 and 28.
All right, so I'll tell you
crit
that
Crit.
on
The
the
last
last
one's a crit.
Oh yeah. So it is.
The 11 misses, but you hit the other 3, and one of them you
Sweet.
did max damage to.
Yay.
Can you tell me what max damage is?
Max damage is 1d6 6, so 12 damage.
Okay, I'll do that. And do you want to roll damage for the other 2?
Yes, please. D6 plus 6. Oh, plus 8. There we go. Yep. 8 damage total.
Oh, should there have been more damage to the other one then?
To which one?
What was your max damage still 12, or was it more than 12?
My max damage was 12.
Oh, okay, sorry.
12
and,
total. So 1d6 plus 6.
and 8 to the other ones.
Yep.
Okay, so
Everybody but the second guy.
they're drenched with I mean that was unpleasant. And I don't think they were prepared for how painful a wall of sewage was hitting them. But that's on them. Yeah,
It is on
Literally.
them.
yeah, literally on them.
So I should just for future reference for the folks who are going up next. If they move out of that lovely 6 square area, I get a chance to make a secondary attack against them. So if anybody has pulls, pushes, fun things like that.
Do we need to mark that on the map as a square of some sort?
I'll do that real quick because why not? I know how to draw shapes now, so
Hey, shapes!
go crazy.
You're a fancy DM.
All right,
And that what represents like somebody slipping on poo or
Use your imagination, but yes, that's what it is.
Yes.
That was
Well,
me
this-
using my imagination. It always comes down to poo.
The secondary attack does allow me to knock the target prone if I hit. So
Ew,
yeah,
prone and poo.
yep,
And poo and acid.
and acid.
Acid
Yum.
poo.
Ooh, that's gonna leave a mark.
That was a terrible burrito.
I thought Tina Turner sang that really well.
That was a terrible burrito?
Kate, you
Was
want
that
Tony,
to-
I'm gonna stick it out from here, and I'm cool where I am.
Okay.
That was a terrible burrito.
It's Melik's turn. God help us.
Well, I will lift forth my orb and call upon the magical eldritch shadows, which I assume we are engulfed in. And this dude way over here will be the center of a burst one of grasping shadows.
Okay. One of the few. You only have 3 crossbow friends remaining, so yeah.
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 So this is against Will. I'm going to go for like shield guy, then crossbow guy, then the back
Okay.
crossbow guy.
I will tell you that the people who get stationed in the sewer for the Tin Dog Gang, not great at will.
16,
You are endangering their chances for a spin-off, though. I gotta say.
17.
All right, all of those members of the Tin Dog Gang are succumbed to the grasping shadows.
Excellent.
Creepy. Good job, boss.
Oops. I will poorly type in what I want to do and then try it again. It is intended to be a D8 plus 6. I would like to do 8 damage to each of these jerks.
All right, 2 more of the Tin Dog Gang crossbow friends drop to the ground, and one
the
of them
shield
is
guy
just,
is slowed until my next turn.
okay.
And if anyone goes into that area over there, some bad stuff happens.
Do we need to care about that, or would we just avoid going over there?
I would just not go over there. It's full of grasping shadows.
Got it.
You could draw another box if you wanted to.
Why not? I know how to draw boxes now.
He's
He's
unstoppable.
shadowboxing.
I'm mad with power. All right, I'm just going to move all of my dead crossbow men off the map. Is that okay? Because it's depressing looking.
Yes, take them away.
The DM likes a tidy battle.
I think
I
it's
do.
invigorating and
All right.
exciting.
So, anything else, Melik? Do you want to move at all? You're happy there?
I like where I am, yeah.
All right.
This side of the sewer river, near the ladder.
All right. I believe we
Use
are
a free
to.
action and laugh in a sinister fashion.
So these particular types of ruffians are skirmishers. I believe I have 3 of them here, right? Now they don't actually really like the situation that you all have put them in terms of where they are in relation to each other. But I think we can make it work. Let's see.
Technically, they put themselves in this situation, should point out.
Well, we'll see what
We
happens.
didn't move any of them.
This first one is going to move over here to attack Acrid. Now, Acrid, in order to get there to that square next to you, I believe he had to move past you, which provokes a. You can take a melee basic opportunity attack against him.
Awesome.
Also had to
doesn't
leave
something
the
hap-
poop and
And
acid
doesn't
pool.
also
Yeah, there's the whole
Serenity
poop
get
thing.
to do the poop thing?
Yeah, I realized that this guy. I think this is going to be a
Didn't he do
teaching
it
moment.
twice? Didn't he
This
do
is-
twice in the poop thing? No,
I think just leaving the zone, but this is going to be a real teaching moment for the rest of the gang about what not to do. So,
Zone of poo rules are very important, and it's critical that you understand them.
Does Serenity get to attack
Yeah.
first?
yeah, so Serenity, you get to make an attack first.
I am assuming that a 22 versus reflex is going to knock his butt prone.
Yeah, so is that what happens? He's prone?
Yes, he is prone.
All right, so he attempts to
Skidded.
maneuver and sneak his way around Acrid, and
By
instead
crawling?
he ends up crawling. So that's not great.
Pretty good to me.
And so this is not going to be great for him. I guess he's going to swing at you from the ground with his mace. That seems.
Oh, by the way, did he leave a skid mark?
I think now he is a skid mark.
There's so much poop.
All right, Acrid.
Technically, he's
We're in the
crappled
sewer.
now. That's
I
the state
mean-
that he's in.
Well, Acrid, 20 versus AC.
I'm at 19, but doesn't he get like a negative for something? I'm just asking.
He gets a -2 because he's on the ground, so it's
and
an
we
18.
have a plus. And we have a +1.
I'm good.
Why do you have a +1?
Oh no,
'Cause of
Acrid
my-
doesn't have a +1. The
Okay.
rest
No,
of us
that's
have a
right.
+1.
I do.
All
I
right.
have a +1 too.
It turns out when you fall down and flail wildly with a mace at a large dragonborn, you don't do so well. So his friends, seeing that situation, are gonna adjust a new tactic. That guy is he's gonna stash his mace and he is gonna throw a dagger, and he's gonna try and hit Acrid with a dagger.
Do I get to hit this guy though first?
You get to
Don't I get to kill
Opportunity
him?
attack, yeah.
Can't I just
you got
kill
to
him?
do that actually before he did that anything. So yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Oh, so then
Yeah.
maybe okay, fair enough. So it's 1d20 plus 5, half my level plus my strength modifier, right?
Yeah, it's just the basic attacks. It's on your first page of your sheet too.
Actually, yours is +10 because of your awesome.
That
longsword
10
and
is
stuff.
actually like serious? I thought that was a joke. It was like too
Nope.
high.
yeah, no.
Acrid's seen some stuff.
I thought it was a typo.
Take what the DM gives you.
Okay.
A joke.
Awesome. I'll do that then.
It's not very funny.
Let's just I just start counting them.
D&D practical jokes and horrors.
Is that a crit?
So Acrid rolls a
That's
crit
a
on the
crit.
guy who may get murdered on his own turn.
It's sliding in poo, yeah.
Before he fell in the poo, actually. He's not down yet, technically.
So the real time saver, Acrid, since you rolled a crit, you just do maximum damage. So
Are we killing the Three Stooges?
I would be okay with that.
The cleaning bill is going to be awful.
so Acrid, what's your max damage?
It's a sewer.
8 plus 5, 13.
Also, I believe because you have a fancy longsword, you do some additional damage.
Really?
Yeah.
Using a magic longsword, check your power for your sword. Should say critical somewhere.
Sorry.
It's all good.
On it says vicious longsword, strength versus AC 10, damage 8 plus 5, and it doesn't say anything else on it there.
You sure it doesn't say at the bottom? Oh, look on the very last page of your character sheet.
Okay.
We're learning. We have new characters.
Sorry,
It's
apologies.
it's also tricky. Georgia has a new character, so instead of like starting and building incrementally, she had to learn everything at once. So. Also, Jason has edited this out, so that's fun for him.
I cannot
track.
find it anywhere.
Let me see if I can find it. I believe on the last page of your character sheet, there's a yellow box for Vicious Longsword, and it says you get an additional.
Sorry, there we go. I apologize. Yes.
Plus 1d12.
Plus 1d12.
So you roll a d12 and add it to your 13.
Awesome.
how dead
so that's
is this guy's
max, or
body
do I
as
have to
it
actually
slides
roll
across
the
the poo?
d12?
You roll a d12.
Plus 8, please.
So 13 plus 8 is
21.
math.
21.
21. All right. So he is sad. He is bloodied. And prone. And yeah. So that was
Embarrassed. He should be
and
embarrassed. I'm hoping he's embarrassed.
Don't
He's
forget
very
he's pooied and bloodied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
things are
probably
bad.
going to have a nasty
He's going to die
infection.
of sepsis, for sure.
So his friends decide they're not going to follow his path. They switch from maces to daggers, and they're going to throw daggers at Acrid because they just saw Acrid, basically murder their friend. So the first one is a 19.
Miss.
Really?
Oh, hit. 19 is what I am. Sorry.
Okay. Yep. Tie goes to the attacker.
But what about that +1 awesome daily power? Does that work
That's
on
with
him
it.
too?
I'm 18.
Oh, that's with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you get a dagger in the shoulder. You're going to take 6 damage, and his friend back here now, Melik. He's going to need to leave the zone to get close enough to throw a dagger. Does something bad happen to him when he leaves the zone?
No, just anybody who's dumb enough to enter it.
Okay. Oh, except he's slowed. He can't get very far.
Oh, that is a shame.
So never mind. He'll be the first he can get is back there.
He's a slow guy.
All right, but that is within range. So he's going to also throw a dagger at Acrid. 13 versus AC is a miss, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it for Team Jerk. Peter, I believe you're next, followed by Flessa.
Well, I got this guy who slid through poo and got hit. Who's right in front of me, right?
Yeah, he also, like, there's a lot. He is in a pool, not just at this point of poo, but also of a large quantity of his own blood.
And some acid.
Yeah, there's a lot of fluids.
So you would say he
Fluids.
might be bloodied.
Fluids.
This is like the worst slip and
Fluid,
slide ever,
bloodied.
basically, is what we're saying.
Under
All right. Well,
Martin's
I'm going to attack him with my
I've seen worse.
my virtuous strike, which is a 21 versus AC.
Tell me about damage for that.
That is 8 radiant damage.
All right, you pummel him, and he is no more. So yeah, that didn't. So
Well-
he never has to worry about getting back up. That's a savings.
That was he died with indignity. So
He died as he lived in a sewer.
covered in
Covered in poop.
Yeah, in a sewer.
Out of all the ways to go.
And for a minor action, I will issue a divine challenge to this jerk, the talking guy who wouldn't listen to my diplomacy. And so now he is sanctioned. He must only attack me, or he will get extra damage.
Okay.
So he's double marked now.
Woohoo.
Peter, do you want to do anything else? Do you want to move? There is a space like in front of you now.
You mean this space?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, sorry.
I will.
Here, let's.
Covered in poo and acid, though, is the only
Yeah.
problem.
No, the poo is back in the next space. Yes, I will do that. So I'm also adjacent to the guy who I've divinely
Okay.
challenged. So.
Okay. I believe, in fact, for example, if you didn't end your turn next to him, the challenge goes away. For example.
Yeah, since I didn't attack him, so yes,
Yeah.
I did need to move there. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? You're good?
I'm
All
good.
right. Flessa.
Well, I was going to attack that guy who died.
Well,
And then I was going to tumble in and stand where Peter is now and attack somebody else. But there are no good places to stand, and I don't trust that water. So I think I'm just going to sly flourish from over here again.
You may climb upon my shoulders, sister.
That would be awesome. Can we work something like that out in between?
Oh, I like this
in
idea.
between campaigns?
Yes.
That'd
Yes.
that might be like a level 5 power.
be great. Arrgh.
Fastball
It's generally a
special.
bad
Piggyback
idea
fighting.
to straddle somebody who emanates acid from the mouth, but
Actually, you make a good
You let
point.
me live my life.
Flessa might not be that smart.
you don't know me.
This is a no judgment zone.
Okay, so I will hurl a dagger at Mr. Talky Talk, that guy who's talking. And I do not have combat advantage anymore. So 27 to hit this time for 10 damage. I'm going to just guess the 27 hits.
Yep. Good guess. All right. Let me just check. He is not bloodied, but not great.
Still not bloody?
Yeah, still not bloodied, but not great. I don't think he had been hit that many times. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Anything? Do you want to maneuver, or are you happy where you are?
I guess I'll just stay back here for
Okay.
the time being.
All right. So we have some of our less upstanding members go next. So let's see.
That are not dead?
That are not dead. Yep, there's a couple of them. Peter, there's one right next to you.
Yep.
But you've marked the one above him. So maybe they're
Right.
going to do like a little crisscross and attack each other's friends. So this one's going to go at Acrid. So let's see. So he's going to swing at you with his this guy. Yeah, he has the halberd. So critical. 28 versus no, more than that. Yeah, 28 versus AC. I will assume will
dear.
hit Acrid.
That does hit.
He hits you with what is called a powerful strike. He just cleaves into you with his halberd and just kind of knocks you around. You are going to take 25 damage. And you fall prone.
No.
Guys, don't let your new recruit get killed on the first battle. It reflects poorly on you.
I'm still alive.
Part of the hazing
Are you
process.
how bad are you?
I am bloodied.
How
Bloodied. I'm quite bloodied. I have 5 hit points.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
I can help with that.
All right. Well, you know all right, so that was that jerk.
Question, friendly neighborhood DM.
Yeah.
On is that you? Cool.
Hi. Tony Sindlar, here to help. / kill you. One of those.
When it comes to immediate interrupts, when is the appropriate time to mention that? Is it too late after you've already rolled the attack roll?
They're supposed to be immediate, but tell me more.
I'm not interested in doing it now. For future reference, I just want to ensure that I jump in before the attack roll if that's something I need to do.
Yeah, I mean, usually they usually are. Because they usually like penalize an attack roll or something, right?
Right.
So you'd want to be pretty quick.
Okay.
You can't wait and be like, oh, that one seemed really bad. I want to stop that.
All right. So as soon as I hear you say this guy's going to attack this guy, is really the time to jump in.
Yes, and maybe even if you're thinking about doing that, let me know and I'll talk slower. So, anything to help.
Coordination.
Yeah, well, we're a team here, except you guys are on the bad team. So,
Hey.
Well, I have a certain perspective. Seeing that, his friend, he thinks about trying to finish Acrid off, but he has been marked by Peter. So, it's not actually his turn yet. Haha. Crossbow people go first. Yeah, crossbow friends go next.
Friend.
Crossbow survivor.
Crossbow survivor hops out here, and he looks around and he's like, whoa, weren't there like 10 of my friends, and now there's like 5? This is bad. Let's see. Who does he want to
make some new friends, crossbow guy?
Yeah, he's thinking about that. He's thinking about leaving.
I wave at him.
Oh, all right. He fires at Malik.
Well, that's bad news because
I guess it wasn't a friendly wave.
one of these deals lets me respond to that. Oh, something called... Oh, let's see if he hits me first. Then we'll see if Infernal Wrath comes into play.
All right. 21 versus AC.
Well, that does hit me. Huh.
Infernal Wrath!
So 6 damage. He gets you right in the leg with a crossbow bolt.
Oh, no.
Arrow to the knee.
Why?
Rough.
He's not a kind. You feel like he's had a rough life. He's working the sewer beat. Things have been better.
Well, good news. It's about to be over.
Okay. Are you doing something? Or are you just just talking big?
I'm Infernal Wrathing, which trigger is an enemy within 10 squares of me hits me.
Yep.
Now, this is a burst 10 targeted on him.
Yep.
Wow.
Is it a
right?
burst 10 or is it one creature in a burst 10?
Burst 10. Target the triggering enemy in the burst.
Oh, okay. So it just means he has to be within 10 of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Effect. The target takes 1d6 plus int or charisma modifier. Let's make that int. So it's d6 plus 5.
Okay.
Please enjoy the 6 points of damage.
Okay. If Crossbow Friend had any Crossbow Friends around, they would have been amazed at the sight of him firing a crossbow bolt into a wizard's leg, the wizard glaring at him, and him immediately bursting into flames. Unfortunately, he'll have plenty of time to tell his friends about it in the afterlife.
What
Man,
was
with
my
crossbow
damage
friends like
from
that?
all
Who needs crossbow enemies, really?
You took six crossbow damage to your leg, Malik. Sorry.
Crossbow damage? That's my one weekness.
I think you actually have several other weaknesses.
Not yet.
Fudge, for instance.
All right.
Marzipan, he's a sucker for.
So this guy thinks about attacking. He thinks about trying to kill Acrid, but he has been marked by
Did I not get to
Peter.
do my turn?
Nope, you're next.
You're up next.
Okay.
You are up next after this jerk. So assuming you're still alive, which I think you'll be.
Oh boy.
So, Peter, what happens if he attacks someone who's not you? How bad is that for him?
He takes 7 radiant damage.
Ouch.
You know what? He's going to risk it for the chance to take down a Dragonborn, because that seems awesome for him.
It's radiant.
So
Is somebody going to interrupt this attack, perchance? Just
yeah, I'm
curious.
talking real slow as this guy raises his
bloodied, right,
spear.
Acrid?
She's super bloodied.
Okay, sure. I'll take this opportunity to...
I guess.
Who is this? Is this the cloaked guy at the bottom here?
It's his friend above him.
It's his friend the guy that I have as my quarry right now.
The talkie
That's
guy, yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Talkie guy.
Yes, indeedy.
All right, well,
That's
then,
convenient.
I will take this opportunity to thwart an enemy's attack with a timely shot from my bow,
Okay.
which is something called Disruptive Strike. Let's see, how does that work?
You got to tell me a little bit.
I'm looking. Let's see, trigger, blah, blah, blah. It looks like I just take a shot. And if hit,
Time to
then
take a shot,
the
take a
target
shot?
takes a
All
penalty
right.
to his attack. So first I got to make the shot.
Yep.
I'm not throwing it away.
Don't throw away your shot.
Okay.
Yes.
It's just perfunctory
Sorry,
at this
Erica.
point, isn't it?
I apologize if my eye rolling was so loud it hit the microphone.
I'm usually rolling right alongside, but I had to take it. Okay. So that is a 13
Versus AC
AC.
will not hit.
Any bonus for that being your
But-
quarry?
No, only for damage.
No.
But with an instance of focus, I think I can probably throw out a free action here. Can I?
Can you
Can
do
I
those?
use Elven Accuracy to?
I
Because
don't
the only
think.
trigger says you make an attack roll and dislike the result.
Can you do that not on your turn? Is my question.
It's a free. I mean, it's not something that should take a lot of time.
Yeah, but I don't think you can do free actions on other people's turn. They have to be immediate interrupts. I think. I'll let you do it now because I'm not sure. We'll look it up later.
Okay, like that. Okay.
Also,
so
this
I'm
seems
gonna,
like a life or death situation. So
I'm going to kick into my Elven Accuracy and re-roll the attack roll.
okay, so you fire one shot, it goes badly, and then you're like, "But I'm an elf this time, more elviest."
And
Also,
that's
you're-
16.
Also, really dragging out his turn. Well, that still won't hit. Do you have anything else, crazy?
Lestern's
Not-
moved on to dragging out other people's turns, not
Yeah.
just his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything that can attack the same guy. So
Okay. Well, good chat. That was
it
his
was
turn.
worth a shot,
All right.
so to speak.
Yes. So he is going to try and spear Acrid.
Don't forget your 7 points of radiant damage.
He will take 7 points of radiant damage, which will not kill him. It will bloody him, which is embarrassing. But he rolled a 23 versus Acrid, so that'll hit, right?
Yes.
And he will do
Wow.
7 damage.
Ouch.
I'm at -2.
Okay.
Oh.
So, this guy, Taki guy, he is thrilled. So, Acrid, it is your turn. This doesn't look great for the team because Acrid is passed out, and a lot of stuff is oozing out of you. You get to make a death saving throw. Hint: roll high. Second hint: don't roll low. So you get to roll a d20.
And do I get my 1 bonus for my own defense, or since I'm down, is that gone now?
That is, I think that does not apply to the death saving throw.
Okay, so it's just 1d20. There's nothing else
1d20.
that I get.
Correct.
Whew.
All right.
That's a good
You
one.
roll- Acrid rolls a 17, so you're unconscious, but you're not getting any better. You're not getting any worse. So
Okay, I will choose to lay there.
okay. That is, you didn't really have a choice. So good choice.
Thank you.
Rizwin, you're next, followed by Alestrin.
Okay. Do diagonals count as one square? Like if I
You can move.
Yes.
here
you can
and
do-
then here, that counts
Yeah,
as
you-
2?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 4, 5. I am not close enough to try to heal, like...
Do you
Too much
have?
with
I think you
her,
might
yes.
have a healing word that you can use if you're kind
I
of close.
do have a healing
I think you
word.
only need to be within 5.
Oh, that's good. Healing word. Be healed.
Classic.
You can spend a healing surge and regain 1d6 additional hit points. So
Rizwin, why don't you roll the d6?
5. You get an extra 5 hit
Nice.
points plus whatever your healing surge is.
Okay. Acrid, are you? So you get to gain that, and you start from 0. Don't start from the negative number.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Negative only is significant if you hit negative like half your health.
Yeah.
You're dead forever. So don't do that.
Is it negative
away
half
from
in
that.
4E?
I believe it's negative half. It's your negative. It's your bloodied amount. So like usually, I mean, most monsters and bad guys don't keep attacking a fallen down person. But like if you fell into a pit of acid and then went unconscious, you're in real big troubles.
But not for long.
Always the optimist, Flessa. All right, so Rizwin, you moved. What was healing word? Was that
That
a
was-
minor or a standard?
Minor. It was a minor.
So you still have a
So I'm going.
Yeah, so you still have a
I
standard.
still have a standard, And with my standard, I am going to sacredly flame the Taki guy.
Yeah.
You know. Let's
The Taki
see.
guy? He's probably already flaming.
yeah.
Those guys are hot.
Hey, you know. Let's see.
Are there tacos? Did somebody say there were tacos?
No, Takis. It's different.
I like tacos.
This
It is a
bit
crit.
here used to be a taco,
Ooh,
it looks
crit.
like.
Crits take max damage, even with ranged or whatever this
Yep.
is, right?
Your damage
So,
roll might be a
cool.
little
So-
different, but yeah.
Hey, I think I see where
Okay,
Smoker gets his sandwiches.
That's 10 damage.
10 damage on Taki guy.
I think a Reuben just floated by.
Poor Ruben.
All right. So things don't look great for Taki guy, but he seems pretty determined to get his toll one way or another.
Lester, do you want to help out with that?
Are you all set, Rizwin?
I am all set. That's all I can do.
Alestra, you're up next.
Okay. What to do? So Taki guy's looking pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to launch another twin strike. And I will send one arrow into Taki guy and one into his becloaked pal to the south of him. Mm-hmm. Or that will be what I attempt to do. We'll see how that goes.
Cloaked Pals was the spin-off that never even happened.
Cloaked pals!
It's like the,
Yeah, they just leaked
The script
some,
was really
Oh
bad.
my god, it's useless. That was Taki guy, and I got a 15, so I assume that misses.
sorry.
But you know what? It's not going to miss because I have this remarkable rebounding longbow. And I think what's going to happen is it's going to bounce off of him and attempt to land in his becloaked pal back there, who's
Okay.
also due another shot shortly. So,
Sure.
all right, I'm going to roll the dice. This is a ranged basic. Okay. So that is a 24.
That'll hit. Why don't you give me damage on that and then do the second twin shot?
You bet.
Are you rolling real dice? Creepy.
You bet.
He's old school.
Yeah, because the roll 20 wasn't working out too well for me. That is a 7 plus 5 plus 2, so 14.
Ouch.
So that does that. All right, and the second shot on cloaked guy again, I guess, is a that's a 20.
So give me damage on that.
Okay. And that is a 5.
Okay. He looks not well. He's got a lot of arrows sticking out of him and some acid and some sewage water, and things have been better.
This pleases me.
Anything else, Alestrin? You happy?
Yeah, I guess I'm satisfied with that.
Okay. Okay.
Wait.
All
okay,
right.
That's okay.
You're good. You're great.
Does your quarry remain marked?
Yes,
It
it
does.
does. Until it dies or he reassigns it.
Thank goodness.
Okay. Well,
Oh, you little
since
face.
Grasping Tide worked so well for me last time, I'm just gonna do it again. Same group of people. I'm just gonna pull up some more sewage water and
right.
douse them in it.
Ew.
Say, I really hate these guys.
Grasping
and I really want them
turd.
to swim and poop. Oh. All right. D20 plus 8. Okay, so there's 3 of them. I'm rolling clockwise, starting with our friend that's marked. Mm-hmm. There we go. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. 17, 24, and 24 versus
Nice.
Fortitude.
Fortitude, I believe. So you miss the first
Yeah.
one, but the other 2 get hit with another wave.
Ooh.
Rats. All right. Well, I'm still gonna do.
Are there rats,
the
too?
latter two?
There's some rats. This is a
Probably some rats.
Flessa. This is a full service sewer.
Ew.
It's a little
Probably
grimy in
floating
that
around
water.
in the tide, so there's probably rats flying at them right now.
So those latter two are gonna get 9 damage each of
Don't step in the
disgusting
pile of
poopy
rats.
water.
That's something we learned last time out.
And in
All right,
addition to that,
they are drenched. You bloodied the other one. They are super sad.
okay. Let's see. Who's next? Melek is the.
Yeah.
I am going to cast Knack for Success on Melek, which is a close burst 5. You are one ally in the burst, and I'm just gonna basically like give Melek a little wave with my staff and send a little bit of aura his way, and he gets a +2 power bonus to his next attack roll before the end of his next turn.
Nice.
Oh, excellent.
Okay, should we
so
find out what
destroy
happens
those
on
people?
All right.
All right.
Melek, it's you.
Before I make my action, I would like to ask a question about this water.
Oh, okay.
Does it look like a safe place to be or an unsafe place to be?
I mean, I would have trouble figuring out what less safe water looks like than this.
Okay. Well,
So climb on in.
me? No, them. I would like to use the power of hypnotism. Mwah! Forcing my will upon this cloakhead guy back here.
Okay.
If I succeed, I will slide him 3 squares into the water. Lucky him.
Ew.
It's, woohoo! +8 versus will.
I hate it when boss uses this power to make me go to bed.
Please enjoy 16 versus your will.
Yeah, again, Sewer Squad does not have the best willpower. So tell me about what happens to that guy.
I'm sliding him up to 3 squares. So let's put him here.
Okay. Now, I think he might get... Do you think he gets to do a saving throw to avoid going over the edge? I think he does.
That's up to you.
Ooh, and he
Yeah.
leaves the grasping squares thing.
So he rolled a critical. So instead, sorry, I think he's just gonna. I need a space to drop him in. So I think I'm gonna drop him over here. But he's gonna be prone. So he stumbles on the edge, and lands prone there.
Fine.
Does he
But
technically
things
leave
aren't great for him. Does anything else happen to him?
Oh yeah. Did he?
He
Tony, did he
yeah, I'm
leave
gonna say he left the. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty
Oh,
then.
that was happening.
Okay, give me just
Don't
one
leave the
moment.
poop square.
That is the worst Milton Bradley game ever.
So my incredibly slow Roll20 internet connection is rolling and continuing to roll the dice. That probably won't hit. That's just a 10 versus reflex.
You know, this guy is having a rough day, but he takes this one moment where he almost got hypnotized, thrown into a sewer, and then missed by a druid spell. It's like, maybe everything's gonna be okay. So he's okay. As okay as somebody who is bleeding out, prone on the edge of a sewer river can be.
Covered in poop.
Yeah. Anything else?
Nope.
No, that seemed like a good idea.
It was a good idea. I mean, let me just say, he would have been like, I mean, if he ended up in there, he would have been out of the fight. But he had a chance to not end up in there. So,
All right.
all right. I think it's, I've got a couple friends. Now, Melek, another question. This guy over here was slowed
No
by you
longer
before?
slowed.
No longer slowed. So he, well, does he get penalized for entering that zone that you created, Kay?
No, just leaving.
Okay.
We could set up our zones
California.
really carefully next time where you can't
Yeah.
leave yours or enter mine.
So he is going to scamper up here, and he is just going to try and wallop Peter Dragonforge. I don't think it's going to go great. I feel like he's had better days. 24 critical on Peter Dragonforge.
Yeah, and that'll hit.
Things are looking up.
All right, things are great
It's
for him
not
all
a
of a
good
sudden.
day.
He runs up, dances across the square filled with sewage, plants his feet right in front of Peter Dragonforge, swings his mace all around his head. Peter is a little confused by what's going on, and then suddenly a mace hits him in the side of the head. Peter, you take 9 damage, and you're dazed because you just got hit in the side of the head with a mace.
Okay.
So when you're dazed, you grant combat advantage, and you can only do 1 action. So that was what that guy did. His other friend over there, he sees you're looking dazed, and he says, like, this is a great time to throw a dagger at that jerk. So that would be 12 versus AC, which is not very promising.
Nope.
So he throws a dagger near you.
Okay.
Flessa, it lands near your feet.
Free dagger.
Ooh, yoink.
It does not
always
look
good to
like
have a backup.
Anything we
Like
see.
a good one.
doesn't look like a quality dagger. Yeah, no one get tetanus in the sewers, please. The rules around tetanus are laborious.
Roll
All
for
right.
spread of the virus.
Peter,
There's a
it's
whole
your turn.
immunizations chapter that we try to ignore, but if we have to, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
So I'm dazed. What does that mean for me now?
You can do one thing. Hit somebody.
Yeah. Virtuous strike on the talkie guy. Mm-hmm. I was going to try to talk to him and convince him to just give up and let us pass, but I'm dazed, and all I want to do is hit him. 14 versus AC.
That will not hit, unfortunately.
Alas, that's all I can do.
All right, Flessa.
All right. I guess I will. There's still no good place to get into the fight up there, so I'm gonna stay back here and wiggle one hand and throw a dagger with the other.
Nice.
So, oops, that is only a 14 to hit, which we established since I'm attacking the same guy as Peter. Not enough to hit him.
All right. So it's their jerk's turn. Is that where we're up to? So this guy is lying on the ground, thinking about life, just having a day. So he'll start by getting up.
Should have stayed in business school, pal.
What can he do from back there? He will
Jump in the
drop.
sewer.
He will drop his halberd, and
Yes, he's surrendering.
He'll pick out. He'll take his crossbow out, and I think that's all he can do because he had to stand up and then switch weapons. So he has a crossbow out. So next, Team Crossbow Friends. Team Crossbow Friends are dead. Next is the
Talking
Talkie guy?
no, those are the skirmishers. So the skirmisher Taki guy was at the top of the order. I know it's confusing. There are too many guys. I won't do this again. No, I'm sorry. You're
No.
totally
Taki
right.
guy.
Haha. Sorry. On my screen, they start to look the same. I'm bad at everything. It's Taki guy.
They take
job,
offense
team.
to that, you know.
Okay. So Taki guy is still here. He's still fighting Peter. He is going to hold on a second.
Attack Acrid and take 7 radiant damage.
Nope. He was just figuring out which of his powers have recharged. He is going to try and spear Peter. 18 versus AC.
Nope.
20 versus AC because you're dazed.
Nope.
Wow.
21 versus AC because you feel generous to him after all the bad things that have happened today.
I don't think so.
All right.
He's not that generous.
Acrid, it's your turn. Followed by Rizwin.
Okay, I am going to start off with a guarding attack. So, from my crouched position on the ground, I'm going to attack upwards.
So I will tell you, you do, if you don't stand up, you do take a slight penalty to your attack. You take a -2 to your attack. So you may want to just stand up.
I'll stand up then.
Yeah. If you have the movement actions, it's usually worth doing.
Fair. Okay, then I'm going to do a guarding attack. I'm going
Okay.
to knock my adversary off balance and gain myself some protection against this guy's attack.
Okay.
So... Don't be so happy about making me fall and seeing my mother once more.
Her mother might. His mother lived in the sewer, maybe. But we don't know.
Well,
It's weird.
She was dead.
Oh.
well, he's
I
creeped
thought you
out,
just floated by or something.
but you didn't hit him.
And then I'll do a commander strike.
Okay.
I say, Jamie, Dragonforge, attack him.
Do you have enough actions to do that?
One's at will.
Akron?
Doesn't that mean that I can do it as a minor?
No. The thing. Look to the right of it.
Yeah.
It'll say standard or minor. So
That
you can
will
have
just means it's not an encounter or a day.
yeah. So you can have at wills that are still standards or minors or moves.
Oh.
Yeah, at will just means you can do it as many times as you want all day. It still counts as a standard or minor action or move.
Okay. Then I cannot do that. So then I will just do the guarding attack.
Okay. Cool. All right. Rizwin, you're next. Alestra, you're next after that. So Rizwin, you've got there's still 4 enemies clustered there. 3 of them are pretty beat up. One of them hasn't been really scathed yet. Mm-hmm. Slightly scathed.
Let's see. Well, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another sacred flame.
Okay.
Flame this guy right here.
Taki guy. No one likes Taki guy.
Nope.
Taki guy. No one likes Taki guy.
He
Taki guy's
whistled.
annoying.
We don't like that.
He is.
Hey, have another crit.
Well, that's
And take 10 damage.
You keep doing those.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
also
can't-
keep doing them,
I mean,
Tony.
It's true. Okay, so he
Blame
just
roll
gets
20.
burned with holy fire. He looks sad.
By Ogma's will.
Anything else?
Well, let's see. That was a standard action. Minors. Let's see. I am going to cast Favor of the Gods on Peter,
What does that do?
which that essentially the next time he misses with an attack roll before the end of my next turn, he can re-roll the attack roll.
Okay,
All right.
sounds good. All set?
And that's my
Cool.
turn.
Alestrin, you're up. Kay, you're up next.
All right.
Got it.
Well, I'm going to notch a couple of arrows and twin strike.
Nice.
Take 2 shots. One on Taki guy, one on Cloaky guy.
Nice.
Not Art Cloaky. He's dead.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Yes.
Yeah, that would just be rude.
It would be confusing.
All right. So Taki guy, that is a 15, impressing no one. And Cloaky guy is a 24.
Okay, tell me about damage on Cloaky Guy.
All right, then. Cloaky guy will take 15 damage.
Okay. Cloaky Guy gets caught by an arrow in the chest
Oh,
from
wait a minute.
Alestrin.
I'm sorry. On Twin Strike, the damage is not, it's lesser.
You're still good.
Okay, it's 11, just in case.
He tumbles into the sewer and starts floating away. Taki Guy says, "Jerry, no!" Or actually, maybe that was Henry. I'm kind of confused.
Now we can't loot him.
Oh, man.
All right.
I'm going to yell out, somebody fish him out. He might have valuable gear.
Do these guys really look like they have valuable gear? They're working in the sewer.
Yeah.
That is a good point.
it's-
That is
I don't want their
Tin Dog
stinky
gang.
poop gear.
Yeah.
His gear is less valuable than it was a couple minutes ago.
Remember, no tetanus.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for me.
Okay. Kay, Melik, get ready.
All right. Okay. These guys are not quite in the space that I want them to be in. That's too bad. Okay. Well, a
they're
wall
all
is
in your
flat,
square.
Tony, right? Yeah, they are all in my square. I wanted to do
That's-
something fun and new. Yeah. I wanted to do something fun and new, but I don't think it makes sense to do
You
something.
need me to
fun
move
and
him around.
Yeah, you probably
go
need a lot more
paragliding or
space to
something?
build a wall, I think, right?
Yeah, if
Just wants to get her
there was a
groove
way
back.
to get them into a wall
understand.
before my
This one is against the wall.
Can you hold
think-
your
No,
action
it's- so
until
it's
I go?
the
Because I
wall
can
is
move
like
them
a
around if
flat-
you want.
Let's see.
If
are
it's
you
well
next to the
engineered,
shadow?
it should be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't I'll delay then.
All right, what do you want me to do? Shout something out.
Okay. I just need them to be
Like,
in a.
move that guy over
I
there.
need to have them be in a flat wall.
So if,
Like a straight line?
Yeah, I think if you could move
Sure, no problem.
that one over there.
I can do that. Hey, you over there. Look into my eyes.
Sleep!
Hypnotism has a range of 10 squares, which you wouldn't think, but it does. Oh, D20 plus 8.
Yeah, Monty sounds like he's talking through a banjo.
Yeah, you sound a little robotic, Monty. You might want to reload.
All right, but you do hit Monty.
Although
Or-
it is extremely sinister.
Yeah, it's
So it sort of
Sinistar.
works.
Yeah.
That's right. Look into my eyes.
live.
I may be a robot, but I move this dude over there. Yes, hooray. I'm going to reload. Mess that dude up now.
All right. So Melik has used his hypnotism to line up all your foes in a nice little line, ready for Kay to deliver whatever kind of evil druid magic she's about to do.
Hooray! Okay.
clever druid magic.
So, am I ready to go
Not
for
one of
my
the better
fun
Red Hot
druid
Chili
magic?
Peppers albums, but it's okay.
Yeah, I think they're in a row there, so you could just drop a wall. You do some kind of. I assume
right.
that it's a bad wall. It's not a good wall.
It's a bad wall. It's a pretty bad wall. Okay, so I'm dropping a wall 8, and I'll basically along that front square space, and that should also, I think, is there
Squarespace.com?
Is that
Brought
one of
to
our
you
people?
by a front Squarespace.
Is that an
And
enemy
Wall
in front
8
of Acrid, or
Corporation.
is that one of?
Yes, it's an enemy.
Okay, let's move that wall over 1 to the left.
Isn't that's accurate? Do you want accurate in the wall?
That's accurate.
Yeah.
No, not Acrid. That's what I was saying. Is there? Oh, there's an enemy in front of Acrid. I see.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, I do.
That wall contains all of the bad guys on the map right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so my power. It says effect. The wall creates a zone that lasts until the end of your next turn. The zone grants superior cover against range attacks made through it that target AC or reflex.
I think you want to cast.
I'm not sure how that.
Do you want to cast? Is the wall? It sounds like that's a wall to put on your friends, not on your enemies.
Well, it's a wall. It's a wall to put, but the target is each enemy in the wall.
Oh.
So there's a hit. Yeah.
So it's-
this is the power you gave me, Tony. So I'm
bad at a lot of things.
bugging you about it.
Hold on, let me read it. This is the part of D&D where we look at the rules. What's it called? It's called
Wind wall.
Wind Wall. So,
During this pause, can I see if I still sound like a banjo?
You don't. You sound great, Monty.
Thanks. Should I just move that guy into the sewer? Or talkie guy into the sewer?
I don't believe that anybody fell into the poo.
This all
except
may
that
be.
one guy.
I think you're
It
fine.
may all be academic because I may just kill
Yeah,
them.
let's just find out. I
Yay.
think it may be slightly
Okay.
harder. So basically, you're letting loose like a giant torrent of winds, which may kill them. It may make it hard to kill the last few if they're
Man,
protected
first
by
poo
it.
and now wins.
Yeah.
It's just getting worse and worse.
I see. Okay, so we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, left to right. So we'll start with Mark Guy. 19, 26, and 28. Oh, that's a crit versus Fortitude.
Yeah, they're all hit.
Today is gonna be the day that you're gonna
All
fall
right,
into the poo.
So that last guy takes 18 damage. And the rest of them.
This sewer-based adventure is not like a very sophisticated comedy.
The other ones take
gift.
12.
The
From the
other
DM.
2 take 12. Yep.
All right.
And after all, your
So-
case winding wall.
I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is
Okay.
that Taki Guy is dead.
Yeah.
That's good news for us.
Can I choose to knock him unconscious?
You know what? Let me assure you,
Do we want him to keep him
he's
around?
not that interesting.
Yeah.
He doesn't
All
know
right.
anything.
Then he's dead.
All right.
Kill him. Send his body into the sewer.
Okay. So
No! Come on, you just ruined another guy's gear.
They're winds. I can't really control the winds. They just kind of
But you
eminent.
just did control the
You're
wind.
controlling the
Yeah,
winds
it's-
right
it's a
now.
once in a
Well, he was on that
It's a partial
slippery.
power.
Did you get the Chipotle platter upstairs?
He was on the slippery poo square.
Yeah,
So
it's
You got to be able
All
to
right.
control your winds in the
Pretty
sewer.
windy,
Kay, are you all set?
windy in here.
It's
a really terrible burrito.
Let me double check. Let me see if there's anything else fun that I could do. I'm gonna move. Just in case, I'm gonna move. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm good.
All right. The skirmishers are next. They are really badly beaten up. All of their friends are dead. They just saw their boss get killed, and they basically hold up their arms and say, like, look, this is not what we signed up for. We hated working
This is
for that
exactly
guy.
what you signed up for.
Well, you know what? When the Tin Dogs were recruiting, there was nothing on the flyer about sewers. Let me tell you that. My name's Max. It's nice to meet you. I've looked in you in the eye. You've imprinted on me. You don't want to kill me now. You'll feel worse about it. Think about it. Can we go? Here, he drops his weapons.
Are you a good sous chef?
It's nice to meet you.
I mean, I like to think that I am a good person who has made some poor choices.
yeah, why don't you just drop your weapons and go up the ladder and get out of here?
Oh God, I need a better job.
How is he at making sandwiches?
How is he? What?
Yeah, maybe.
They do need
at
a new
making
delivery.
sandwiches. Maybe
I'm-
The job, yeah,
Yeah.
Sandwich delivery boy is open, available at Smurgle Sandwich Shop upstairs.
It's
Do you
sort of a
think that-
secondary quest of the whole team to sort of build up the artisanal sandwich making business in the local area.
We do eat a lot of sandwiches.
Yeah.
I think of it as rehabilitating the local rabble.
Yeah,
It's
I agree.
Give them a
It's-
new.
taking care
If
of
a
our debt
bugbear
with
can be an
Smurgle.
entrepreneur, anything is possible.
And so the last
Because
two.
that's what you want is ne'er-do-wells who hang out in sewers making all of your sandwiches.
They're delivery boys, okay? They'd make good delivery boys.
I honestly don't know if that's a step up or a step down from a bugbear.
Just let's not even talk about it with them around. Let's just let them go.
Bye, guys. Nice
They
to
can
meet
make
you.
more bad decisions later.
Ta-ta.
And so you do. And now it's just you alone in the sewer.
Finally. So are we done?
Yay.
Ready.
We win.
I think we still need to find this vampire.
I am going to step away from the mic just a second to use the restroom. You may want to do some healing or other things. I'll be back.
So
And we
lose
no
our
longer
temp
have a
HP,
plus
right?
one. Yes, and
yeah,
we no
the
longer
temp
have +1 to all of our defenses.
No.
How much temp
I think we
HP
lost
was
that.
We had 6 temp HP that was
Oh,
part
good.
of that. You should lose
6 is how much?
No, you just can't get that back after you lose it.
No, I think.
Fun.
Oh, do we keep it?
Yeah, I think temp.
Yeah,
Or
I
does
think
it end
I'm
at the
pretty
end
sure
of the
temp
encounter?
HP
I believe
lasts.
it ends at the end of the encounter.
End of the encounter, I think.
Well,
It
I took
probably
exactly
says a
6
certain amount of
damage, so I
minutes or
feel good
something
about it.
that hangs around or
I
something.
think it's for the whole encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take some healing surges. While we
I'm
can.
not even down a whole surge, so I think I'll just.
Wait.
I don't know. It's only a difference of 2. Do I risk it?
Yeah, likewise.
No.
Leave
I
it
took
alone.
the
We're
exact
not
amount of damage
gonna,
that I
you
had,
know,
temp
have some
HP,
time to
so I'm,
rest.
I did too, but I took the damage before I got the temporary hit points. so-
Oh, lame.
I guess either way it would
As
have been the
did
same.
I.
So I'm
hell?
curious, is the
Is
music
someone
playing
playing music?
automatically?
Playing the entertainer?
I was playing some of that low definition
intermission.
stock music. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
This is downtime music.
healing music.
All right. I will.
Songs to heal by.
I will keep track of your experience
Music.
points for you. Though my general sense, I've tried to plan an adventure that if you complete the adventure, you'll gain another level roughly.
Does anybody have anything that boosts our healing surges or anything?
I believe both your warlord and your cleric have things that do that.
Yes.
Yes, our cleric is MIA at present, but we'll be back shortly.
Your healing. I can do inspiring word,
All right, let's hear it.
and you will get. Oh,
Inspiring.
Plastics.
That's the word.
Lunge.
be good.
That's 2 words. Even Flessa knows that. She learned to count to 2 in the last campaign.
Well, you were level 2, so that
Be.
makes sense.
Say, Acrid, what does your inspiring word do, per se?
It
Per
will
chance.
give you another 1d6 on top of what you already have.
Neat.
1 second. Do I
Is that
roll
like
that, or do they
Purse
roll that?
Urge?
You probably should
Usually
as the healer.
Usually you would.
Right, you roll it.
I don't actually need it. I was just curious.
Sorry. It's a 1.
I mean, I think Acrid, you and Peter probably took the brunt of the damage. So.
I didn't actually.
Oh, really?
I'm doing just fine. Well, I had those temporary hit
It's
points,
just
and then I
Acrid.
lost. I'm 3 off my max now.
Okay.
Is all.
Acrid, how are you on? Yeah, Acrid, how are you? It may
I
make sense
used
for the
another
cleric to heal
healing
you.
surge, and I am good to go.
Okay.
It's a pretty good D64 roll.
I know. What?
That was pretty impressive. Can we search
like to see
the
that die.
bodies of those that have fallen?
Yes, you do. It turns out, I mean, if anyone needs some crossbow bolts or some cheap daggers, they've got that. Filthy rags, plenty.
Oh, I need
Take a
some of
few
those.
daggers.
Items of value, not so much. So, yeah.
Where's all that
Depends
gold
on
that
how
they've
much
been
you value
taking off
filthy
people?
rags, I suppose.
You suspect that the day's taking for so far today was approximately 0. And that's why they were so eager to shake you down.
Okay.
These guys were
Rats.
really bad at their jobs. I'm glad they're dead.
Yeah, except for those 2 guys.
Or, seeking new gainful
Well, they
employment.
can go up and be really bad at making sandwiches now.
They were even worse at their job. They gave up.
Acrid goes up to Riswin and says, "Thank you so much. I am forever in your debt for healing me."
Wow.
First, do you need more healing? I can heal you more.
Acrid just wants to be part of a family.
I have lost all my family. You are all I have left.
Well, that's
That's
really,
really, really sad.
That's the sweetest thing I've ever heard
Welcome
in the
to
sewer.
the family.
sad. Not so much that you lost your family, but that we're all you have left. That's really sad.
Yeah, I just met you.
Yeah.
All right, so what's up, Tony?
Can we travel on?
Yeah, I suggest that you travel on. I'm going to suggest we are getting, it's about 10:20 now, so I'm going to suggest we keep going on. In the case there does happen to be another encounter, we may want to be prepared to pause it partway through. And Roll20 does a pretty
Pause.
good job of keeping track of all the positioning. It's just people would need to keep track of their health and encounter powers and things like that. But yeah, because that would be. But I think we should keep doing that. Is
Yep, I
people
agree.
are okay with that? Mm-hmm. Everyone's good.
We got started.
Ramble on.
All right.
Yeah. We got started a little bit late, so we could
did.
maybe push it a little bit past
Sure.
11, but not too much past.
I've got plenty of beer left.
All right, I've revealed more of the sewer map ahead, so you can see there is kind of a passageway beyond where you had your little battle here. There's some steps down, and there's another long, skinny stone passageway with not one, 2 rivers of sewage in this sewer. Tony Sindelar builds a sewer, he goes all out.
Are they going different directions?
2.
They are. And this one,
That's because the equator is on those stairs that we just went down.
How convenient.
this one has some rickety planks to build a bridge across it.
All right, are we
I
back to
those
our
rickety planks. I
back
weigh
to our
like
sort
a
of same
million
marching
pounds.
order as before?
Yeah, guys, I will. I'll keep you. I'm going to keep you in the same order. So yeah. Yeah, we're fine. But yeah. So do you want me to check in with you one at a time, or do you guys want to kind of move as a group? What do you want to do?
I think
Can-
moving as a group would probably be easier.
Can somebody check on these? Can somebody who's observant check on these boards and see if they think they'll hold us going across, and if one of them is safer than the other?
Who's got good dungeoneering? Not it.
No.
I'm actually pretty good at
My
that.
engineering's not great.
It's always hard to
I'm
believe
okay
that
at it,
Alestrin is
actually.
good at something.
I
you
will
are a
check
dwarf.
this, I will check out this plank to the east here.
Me.
Is dungeoneering
too.
the right way to go here?
I rolled a
I don't know what
15.
would be better than that.
That
Maybe
seems
just
good.
perception.
I mean, you could do straight up perception just to see what it looks like to actually know how.
15. Yeah, these are some quality planks. Doesn't look like they've been here too long. Not too rotted out.
Okay, I got a 28 on this one to the east.
They look relatively sturdy. You feel like they're not going to give way on you. It may be a little tricky to get across because you're gonna have to. They're skinny, right? So it's a little bit of a balancing act to get across.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah,
fun.
we gotta go like one at a time, and we can't leave Akrid with Melik, because Akrid will eat Melik.
Milk does look delicious.
That's the demonic taint tieflings have. It adds a little spice to our meat.
Oh, say demonic taint again.
Delectable.
Are there umlauts over the A in that? Seems like there should be.
There's an alligator in the water.
Oh,
Oh, dear.
Or something.
Oh, goodness.
Ooh.
I see
It
its
might be a dead
spine.
body. I'm not
That's,
sure. With a tail.
That,
I can see its spine.
disappeared.
Oh, look, it
Oh, it
just
disappeared.
suddenly disappeared.
Okay, I'm backing away.
Sewer.
Alestrin's scared of natural things.
The water kind of burps and billows around, and the water is a pretty generous descriptor of the liquid flowing through the tunnel in front of you. But yeah, maybe it's fine.
Peter, can you swim?
Why? I thought she said.
Probably.
Do we need to
but I'd rather
tie
not.
ropes against you?
Can I tie a rope around your waist and hold on to you just in case?
That sounds like a great idea.
Mark it, 2 hours and 25 minutes. First use of rope.
How far can a person jump in this game?
Do you really want
So-
to try?
I looked up the rules for this ahead of time
Nice.
because I foresaw it.
Because someone was going to
I
ask.
believe it's on page 128 of the player's handbook.
I mean, I'll just zip across the little bridge thing if somebody wants me to.
Page 128 is.
I
the
was
definition of a
mistaken.
charlatan.
I have misled you all.
Yes, that says not shadow assassins.
But your angry nerd
182
voice
and
was so good.
190.
I hope there
182.
aren't shadow
I-
assassins in the water.
I transposed the digits. It's 182, not 128. So let me tell you about this really quickly. You can do a standing jump. A standing jump is hard. I believe, Monty, you have it in front of you. It's like
Yeah.
you do an athletics check, which some of you are good at and some of you are not, and you divide your number by 10, and that's how many squares you can pass. Now, if you do a running start, which there's space here to do, you could use those steps and do a running start. You get to divide your check by 5. So probably you have a choice here. Maybe each of you can consider what your character would do given their strengths and weaknesses. Climbing across the planks is going to require an acrobatics check. Some of you might be good at that. Some of you might be better off trying to leap it rather than risk the kind of narrow planks. And some of you may be doomed either way, given your wizardly abilities.
I used to be in the circus. I want to walk across.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
I'm short. Can I
prance
get on
across
somebody?
this one to the east here.
All right, Flessa, you called the task first. You going to go right now?
I ask Fless if she will take the other end of the rope so we can have it so that people can have an easier time walking over and not fall into the pit with.
Melik can walk across
Please
on the rope.
take this so that we may not end up eaten by the creatures in the water, though they do look good.
Okay, bosses, can I go across the water, please?
Yeah, go.
Okay.
So, Flessa, why don't you make a quick acrobatics check?
Mad woman across the water.
And there we go. Ooh.
Okay, so Flessa has no trouble scampering across the boards.
And I take a rope with me.
You take a rope with you. Alestrin, did you want to go next on your
Yeah, I'm going to zip
the
across
boards
this one
across
to
there?
the east, because
All
that's
right.
the one that I've checked out. It looks like the only exit out of this room is to the southwest. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
it looks like you can see. In fact, there's a little opening, and you can maybe even see. It's hard. It's dark in here. Probably some of you have some torches. There's looks like some stairs going down to the southwest of the sewers.
Okay,
So, Alestrin,
acrobatics?
Yeah, make a quick acrobatics check for me.
Acrobatics it is. Ooh, that is an 11.
So you scamper and you slip. Why don't you do a saving throw to see if you land on your butt on the plank or land,
In the
somewhere below the plank.
All right. Let's see. Saving throws.
Just a flat D20, please.
Oh, hey. Now that we have somebody on the other side, we could drag these two skinny planks together and make one wider path to walk across.
I like that idea.
It still might be treacherous, like they're not made of Legos. So
In other words, we're still rolling in acrobatics.
All right. Well, I'm in the poop.
guys, I have exciting news for you. It's about the time Alestrin fell in the sewer.
No one could be more excited.
Oh
than me.
boy.
Oh boy.
Hey
I will
guys,
try
it's
to-
easy. Oh!
I will toss the rope down to him. As soon
Why
as I
don't we
can.
run
Rush
the
over
rope
there, but-
over to him instead?
Right.
So that it's
well,
like
that's what I
there
mean.
we can
I'll-
pull it back up and he can drag himself out.
But I don't want to move out of turn.
And guys, you know what? I'm gonna have.
What is
do you
that
want me to?
mark
Do you
on
want to reroll initiative, or you want to use your current initiatives?
Oh, I don't like that idea.
It depends. Are we starting at the top of the order, or
Yeah, we'll
are
say
we
we'll
starting
start
with
at
Alestrin?
We would start at the top of the order.
Then sure.
Okay.
Since I'm holding the rope.
Short to what?
That sounds like a good idea.
Oh yeah.
There's that thing
Just
again.
starting with the.
So, Alestrin, you notice
an alligator.
something moving in the water. It's it could be a crocodile.
There's a lot of movement in this water. as far as I can
Crocagator.
tell.
And give me a second. I want to add him to the
Is it
initiative
a
order.
Sharknado? Is there a Sharknado in there?
There's no Sharknadoes in this game.
I'm going to use my walk on poo daily power.
Right, right.
Not a power, just something he does every day.
Oh.
You wonder why I hate nature.
All right, guys, we'll do this quick and see how it goes. Flessa, you're first.
Okay. I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4, run over here.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Is that thing sticking out of the water so much that I think I would get an opportunity attack to run this far?
You're safe. You're safe up on the ledge.
Okay, and then I am going to throw the rope down to Alestrin
Okay.
and brace myself to. Actually, I have one end and Akrid has the other end,
Yes.
so I will throw my end of the rope. Well, I guess I have to throw my end of the rope down to him because
I don't know another way that rope works.
Yep.
Most rope only has
Rope
two
works
ends.
in as many
Or-
ways
I
as
mean,
you
if
can
there's
imagine.
Or
if there's
hold-
enough slack,
Yes,
I
you
can
can
just toss
hold a piece
some of
and
it.
throw the end in.
I don't know how much rope you guys have. I think you can only throw your end. I think
Yeah,
if you
that's
guys
fine.
are trying to invent a new 3-ended rope, that would
Just knots,
Usually you've
man.
got several
Tie some
strands
knots.
that are all woven together. You just
You know.
unwind them.
you know what? I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying I think it would take more time than you have.
But we're in a land of enchantment and mystery.
Yeah, you need to do that. Like, go back to a magic workshop and build
All right,
your
we should probably
3-ended rope. You can't just do
stop
that in the
debating
field.
it in committee.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I toss my rope.
I'd
Is
like
that
to talk
a,
about the three-ended rope a little longer.
I'd like to hear the report of the rope subcommittee, please.
Yes, it would be like she was holding this part and through that part.
All right, let's move on.
Oh, here, I'll make it simple. Flessa, you probably have your own rope. Do you want to throw Alestrin your own rope?
I will throw him the end of the rope that Akrid has that I'm
Okay.
holding, and I will toss him an end of my rope as well.
You
So
only
he's
get to-
got rope all over the place.
You get to throw
A
one rope.
lot of rope.
I want to be clear here. You get to throw one rope.
Oh, okay. Well, since I would have to get the other one out of my
Everyone
pack, I
gets
will
a
just throw
rope.
the one in my hand.
Okay. Alestrin, one or more ropes just hit you near your head.
All right. I'm attached to the Dragon Man right now. Is that what's happening?
Yep.
And there's something floating in the water next to me.
I take
It looks
offense
to
to
be-
that
It
name.
looks like maybe like a dire log or an alligator.
Dire log.
Yeah, like a really angry log.
It's exactly what I would expect to find floating by me in the sewer.
It's true.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm worried about the really angry log.
Is he close enough to the edge to just climb out?
He could try that. He could try and use the rope to climb. It's tricky because, yeah, I mean, Akrid is holding a rope, but Akrid's a long way from you. You could just try and clamber out of the sewer here.
And Flesha could help him.
Yeah, I'll say Flessa can help you.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that okay? So I will try to do that to the south.
So why don't you just make an athletics check to crawl out of the sewer?
Why don't I do that?
Why don't you just make an athletics check, Steve?
Okay, I'll make an athletics check. Ooh, that's not
Gosh.
not my forte. Oh, look at that. Still in the poo.
Wow, rolling a 1.
Alestrin has rolled a critical fail.
Oh,
so
boy.
You really you've managed to make yourself look somehow more appetizing to the crocodile.
Try to keep your mouth
drowning in
closed
poop?
while you're down in there.
Was that my move or was that my standard?
I think that was probably your move. Would you like to do? Technically, you could do another move because you've used one move.
I guess that's true, although it has not gone so well so far. But okay, I'll make another attempt at escaping the poo.
Sure, why not?
What is this little skull that's hovering over my head? Is that something I should be concerned about?
No, that's normal. Situation normal.
It's decoration.
You don't always see one of those?
All right, let's athletics it up again. I'm using the real die
Everything's
this time.
fine
We'll
here.
see how that goes. Oh, rolled off the table. That's not good.
Never a good sign.
Great
That
podcast.
is a natural 20.
Hey,
Plus
from
two.
one end
So
extreme
22.
to the other.
That's right.
That seems very suspicious.
Sometimes the charm.
All right, Alestrin, you are up. You're out of the soup. You're up on the ledge.
Soup. That's
Ugh,
an interesting way to
PU.
put that.
Yeah, you don't smell great. And you know what? The crocodile doesn't seem super interested in following now that you're not in the in the situation.
In the sewer.
All right.
Situation.
So you've got Flessa and Alestrin across. I don't know what you guys want to do for other situations.
Can I read?
We've still got a rope.
Can I read the specific jumping rule out loud so that people know what their options are clearly?
Yeah, go for it.
If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before your jump, you will go a number of feet up to your strength score. So if these squares are 5 feet and you have a strength above 10, you may want to just jump over this thing and not roll anything.
Oh, you don't have to roll anything in order to
you
do
go.
that?
That's what it says. For a long jump, if you move 10 feet on foot, then you just go your strength in feet. A standing long jump is much more normal.
Where do you see that? Are you sure?
Page 182, jumping.
Oh, I
Your
like
strength
this.
determines how far you can jump.
Okay.
The
And this
first
is
paragraph
even though it's short.
is if you're...
Is that a maximum or just like a?
It can be short
Every
and jump
time.
long.
I'm sure it's a maximum.
Okay. So what do other people want to do to get across the sewer?
Monty, I'm
I
not
will
seeing
do a
that
running jump.
rule.
Yeah, I don't quite see exactly the way you phrased it.
Well, then never mind. If nobody else can see it, I'm crazy. I may
Which
have the wrong
page is
player's
it on?
handbook.
Yeah,
182?
which edition are you looking at?
I don't know.
You got a
Well,
lot
if
of
it's on
players'
page
handbooks,
182,
I
that
do
would
have
be
a lot
very
of players.
weird if jumping rules were on page 182 in 2 different books.
Monty. I don't know.
Yeah, because mine says long jump's part of a move action, and you need to make an athletics check. And
That's what mine
Yeah.
says.
Neat. Yeah, I got the wrong player's handbook.
Oh, do you?
This happens to line. I do, yeah. I'm definitely using the wrong one.
Oh, and it literally
Oh, yeah.
has jump on
how many
182.
squares? How many squares do we need to jump to get across?
I think you'd want to clear 3, right? Because you have to go 1, 2, 3. So
We
you would
stand
need-
over here and catch them. Will that help?
So I mean, I think the quick math that a lot of to figure out if it's divided by 5 and you
Five.
need to make 3. Figure out what how good are you at rolling a 15 or higher on an athletics. Some of you are probably not bad. Some of you that might be way out of reach.
Now, if we used Akrid's
Yeah.
idea for having a rope as a
Yep.
sort of a handrail across the across
say-
the bridges, would that make
especially-
the difficulty less for acrobatics check?
Yeah, I'm gonna say especially because you've got Acrid on one side and you've got 2 people on the other side to help anchor, right? You've got Flessa and Alestrin. If those 3 people kind of hold the rope in place, I would give anybody trying to climb across that plank a +5 to their acrobatics check, because that seems
Okay.
like a pretty
That
significant
seems
help.
good.
I would like that.
The tricky thing is
That
then you
is
do
very
have
important.
Acrid is the last person there.
Is the
Okay,
angry
I
log
hold on.
making any move?
I will
to come
hold
out
on
of the
very
water?
tight.
Nope. Seems like it's happy to stay down there. It's floating around.
Can I take 20 to just walk across the logs?
Wait, how would you do that?
Can I just like
Monty
take
was
my time?
the thing that Monty explained was
You might as well hold on to the rope
Wait,
that
what?
was across the logs as well. We
But
we
isn't
have a
there,
rope
like, a
in
concept
between the
called
logs,
Yeah.
so you can hold on to that, and you get to walk across really slowly, and so you get a +5 plus whatever else you
Hey,
already
there's-
get for acrobatics.
There's another angry log, and 2 more of them
Oh
actually.
my.
yeah, you know, there's some stuff hanging around waiting for you to fall in.
So Tony, we literally have to do acrobatics or athletics to get across this. Is what you're saying?
Unless you have another super awesome magic power that I'm unaware of.
Can I use diplomacy on the on the bridge?
Well,
Peter Dragonforge, you can
I
do
will
whatever you
roll in
want,
athletics,
but there
I
are limited
guess.
limited. Okay.
Wait
do
another
this.
30 seconds. There might be enough crocodiles you can just jump across Pitfall Harry style.
Frogger!
wait till their mouths
there we
close.
go.
It's a Frogger style.
Okay, I'm walking across.
Okay, who's ready?
I'm
I'm
ready.
I'm ready.
Tony, can you give me some insight onto how high I would need to roll in the, because we know I would need to roll a 15 or more on athletics. Is it a similar number I need to reach on the acrobatics?
I'm going to tell you, it's especially with the help of the rope, it would be lower.
Oh, okay.
So so I guess right now with the help of the
So-
rope, acrobatics is easier. So,
How much easier?
So I just
we'll find out. So Rizwin, which were you trying to jump or trying to walk?
Peter's got to calculate risk corridors. There's all sorts
so
of statistics and whatnot. He's got to.
I'm worse at
Factor in.
acrobatics than athletics.
All right, guys, we're going to keep it moving. So Rizwin, you attempted to walk across?
I rolled an
So
athletics
that's
check.
jumping.
Is it? Oh, I meant
That
to
would be
walk
acrobatics.
across.
Do you want to do acrobatics instead?
You get a +5
I guess I
on
Go
top
for
of
it.
whatever you already get.
Okay.
Or do you want to
Okay.
just
So should I roll again or just -2?
let's
from
just
that
let's
roll I
just count that
did?
as your acrobatics check. It's enough, and you get across.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Hooray.
Cool.
Oh, sure, it's easy now that we
Dangerous.
blazed a
I
trail
would
through
like
the
to
Pooh
go-
River.
I don't know what you mean by we.
So let's keep it moving. Acrid, it would be you next, but you probably want to stay there and hold the rope,
I
right?
will wait for my team.
All right. Kay, do you want to go next?
Yes, I would love to. So it's a +5, is that right?
Yeah, plus whatever else you get for
Your acrobatics.
dexterity bonus.
For my acrobatics?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a 7. Rolling.
Yeah.
26.
Here, what, halfway across.
All
26
right.
will do it.
You're good. Oops.
I
You're
look
good.
very shocked at my ability to.
All right. Melik, how are you
I
feeling?
didn't fall in the water. I'm really bad.
Guess I'll try
about
this
that.
acrobatics thing. Which I have a native +1 and then a +5 for people being cool.
Critical acrobatics.
All right. So
Jesus.
Melik dances across the planks.
What was
You
you
made it
guys'
look
problem
easy.
again?
Why is everyone waiting?
I give
Pete-
Melik a great big hug.
Peter?
Well, here we go, everybody. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's been nice knowing you all. 4.
But you
why don't
gotta
you
wait.
do-
Come on
You
in,
get
Peter. The sewage is fine.
no, but you get a +5.
Yeah, I'm on -3 on acrobatics.
What? How can you be a -3? I didn't think we were allowed to take numbers that low.
Peter is he's not a dancer, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and my armor is heavy.
All right.
Oh, right.
Peter,
I forgot about armor.
do a saving throw to see if you fall on your butt or fall in the soup.
And that's just a straight up D20.
Yep.
That's a 1.
He goes in head first.
So on my,
Splash
on
your
my butt,
Dragonforge.
right? On my butt, totally.
Trying to
So-
keep that backpack out of the water.
Comically slips and falls into the sewer.
Wow.
You kept
Certainly
Bahamut
other
out
way
of the
to do-
stink, though, so that's important.
You were just trying to
right.
make Lestran feeling better so that, he's not the only one that fell in.
All right. So let's keep it moving. Flessa, you have once again the situation where a friend is in the sewage next to some alligators in front of you.
Well, I'm not holding a rope right now to throw in, and I've discovered that it's actually possible to just climb out fairly easily. So I think I'm going to try to distract the the alligator that's right in front of me, kind of below me in the water, by throwing a dagger at it, I guess.
That is a classic distraction.
Yeah. I mean, it's a sly flourish, which is a distracting strike in the first place. So I will do that. 31 to hit. And then 10 damage.
Wow. Okay.
Assuming a 31 hits.
Yep. Okay. So that crocodile, the one right in front of you, takes 10 damage.
And then I'm going to actually get out of the way, so if somebody else wants to get in closer, they can.
Okay, cool. Alestrin, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I've just come to realize that I'm surrounded by crocodiles, and I'm not happy about it, even though I'm not in the water.
Did you come here
I
to
feel a
drain
little
the
more
swamp?
surrounded than you do.
Like that thing?
I feel compelled to make them dead as quickly as possible.
Do you want to mark one as your quarry?
It would have to be this guy close to me. But sure, let's make him my quarry.
Okay. I forget what symbol we use for your quarry. How about that? Yeah.
And as long as he's right next to me there, am I in any danger of being interrupted or
Nope. These are
attacked?
just simple crocodiles living their crocodile life. Until you came down here.
Well, not
Croc
for-
life.
All right, I will fire
boy.
off my straight up ranged basic on that dude then.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to take 2 shots at him because
Why not?
crocodiles make me mad.
Okay. I will tell
Being
you
part of the animal kingdom.
there's only one group of bad guys here. I'll make it simple for you guys. Anything above a 19 will hit these guys, and their will isn't great because they're crocodiles.
Okay, and he's nobody's
that makes
closer to
sense.
him than me, so I get a +1 on attacks to that guy. So let's make that 1d20 plus 10. That's a 27 to hit that guy.
All right, so your first hit hits him. Second one?
And 15.
So a 15 won't, so you hit him once, and you get your quarry damage.
Right. So 14 damage.
Okay. Anything else? You happy where you are?
Yep, I think I'm good.
All right, Rizwin?
Yes. I guess I will blast these guys with some holiness.
There's nothing more unholy than a crocodile, except possibly a vampire.
Possibly.
You know,
Or hunting both.
I
let's see.
agree.
Makes sense.
Towards
Ooh,
8 towards, I think, like, what, 14?
you know, maybe that crocodile goes to church every Sunday. We don't know, because that won't scare the crocodile.
It's versus reflex.
They're still not that bad for them. So, anything else?
Well, you know, I
Are you happy where you are?
Can I try and extend a hand down to Peter? To
Yeah,
help him
you'll
up?
give Peter a +2 on any check that he does to try and get out of there.
Great. I'm also like pretty. Since I'm a dwarf, I'm pretty.
That's true.
immovable.
And her hand is closer to the ground.
Yeah.
It's true. It's
Okay,
true.
cool.
Leverage.
All right, you all set?
I am.
All right, Acrid.
I am going to try to get across to the other side so I can help grab Peter out from the water.
So you're gonna jump or do acrobatics to get across?
I am going to do athletics because I just get a really nice bonus, and no one's holding the rope for me, so I get no bonus.
Okay,
Right?
correct.
Right?
So
But you have to make a running start to have a
I'll-
decent chance
wait,
of
let
getting
me move.
across.
I will move.
We can figure out what that
I will
looks like.
move up the stairs and then back,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
here,
Got
and
it.
then, Okay.
We'll say you do that. Yeah.
There.
Well, because diagonals are the same. You can just run directly across.
That's true.
Yeah, you can do what Monty says. You've got space, so you
Okay.
can do.
Okay.
You can't
Let's-
diagonal around corners, though, can you?
No, you just. You
Not
could
in the
run
air, I
from
can't. I don't think I can do
along to
a
here,
matrix move.
Oh, I see.
All right.
and then jump to
Square
there.
jump, all right.
So Acrid leaps across the sewer.
Dungeons
I make
and
a.
physics.
Can I have a
That's a
3-point
4-square
landing?
jump.
Yes.
And then I grab Peter and I just drag him out of the water.
Why don't you? You're going to give him a substantial help to get out of the water, but he's trying to get out. But I suspect the crocodiles may get to try and eat him first.
He's kind of a lummox.
Yeah. I can't. That can't be my move.
Yeah, it's true.
Nope, sorry, but you're helping him a lot. He's gonna have a lot of help to get out. And Peter, are you good at athletics?
No.
Peter, what are you good at?
Diplomacy. And
Proselytizing.
I see now why you try and make every situation about diplomacy.
and
Huh.
intimidation, yeah.
He makes that backpack look good.
He did. Now it looks like it's covered in poop.
All right, Kay, do you want to do anything?
Yeah. I'm gonna hit some crocodiles. Let's see what makes most sense. I'm gonna hit the two crocodiles closest to Peter, the one sort of in the middle, and I'm gonna drop a. You know what? They don't have they are not protected against water damage, right? Like I can still hit them with grasping tide, and it'll probably drown them.
They still need to
something.
breathe, not sewage. Yeah.
All right. So let's throw some. Let's mix up the sewage and grasping tide on those two crocs.
Are they close enough that you can do that? I forget how big the zone is.
It's burst one within 10. So.
So it's.
I think. Wait,
You
where
can get
am
those
I?
two over there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there. I'm right in front of Peter. Am I? Aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So whoa. Okay. +8. 17 and a 24 versus
All right, that'll hit them
14.
both. Tell me about damage.
Lovely.
Damage is something that happens
Okay.
when you hit a creature, and you get a certain amount depending on your die roll.
12 damage.
Max damage, 12 damage each.
All right, let me just check something. Okay, I will tell you that you have bloodied the one that Alestrin was picking on. And, yeah.
Sweet.
Lestrin
Okay.
says, "Ha ha! Heard it."
Anything else, Kay? Do you want to
No,
maybe
I'm
move
good.
out of the way just so Peter has a great
Well, I mean,
place to climb up
I might.
to?
Yeah, I could do that. All right, I'll move over to
Akrit's going to
Melik.
help me up, so.
Okay. So, Melik, I think you're next.
I would like to magic missile the bloodied one.
Okay.
This, of course, takes the form of pure magical force and does not involve a roll to hit, which is nice. So take 8 damage.
Okay.
Pew!
All right, anything else?
A little late for Pew. We've been in the sewer for like half an hour.
It's never too late for Pew when you're in the sewer.
Nope, I was hoping that would kill it.
Okay.
Womp,
Well, I am
womp,
going to tell you, Melik, you didn't kill that crocodile, but you have significantly discouraged him, so he is going to swim away.
Yay!
Because he's like, this is not what I signed up for.
At crocodile school.
The other two crocodiles do see Peter there, and they're interested in this. And the ways that crocodiles express interest in things is through biting. So Peter, the first one swims up to you, and is going to take a bite out of you for 19.
Ouch. Wait, that doesn't hit Peter, does it?
No, it doesn't hit me. If that's versus AC.
That is versus AC.
He gets a mouthful of my shiny armor that weighed me down and dropped me into this muck.
All right.
That's what
Well,
Peter's good at, having armor.
the second one swims over to you and does even worse.
I think he broke a tooth.
All right, Peter, it's your turn next. I'm going to say that you've got enough help. Your friends drag you out of the
Yay!
and the crocodiles kind of are no longer interested in you.
I'm glad not to have to make a check.
Okay. So it looks like you've navigated the sewers. At the corner of this little narrow platform that you're on, there's a set of stairs. And, somewhat surprisingly, the stairs seem to lead lower to a level below the sewers. And, that's usually you don't want to start at the
Level below
sewers
the
and go down,
sewers.
but apparently that's what you're doing. Yeah.
Like maybe the tomb level is
Maybe.
down there.
It's a weird place to put tombs.
Okay.
Well,
Shall we be back in the same order?
Underground.
I'm gonna. So why
Yeah.
don't you guys move your tokens around and figure out a marching order? Because it's a very dark, narrow passageway.
I
Single
will
file.
stick in the back here.
All right, I think I was third.
Yeah.
I'm going to just get way the heck
What
out of the way
wizard?
so people can move around because I think I was third.
I have
I'm
a
happy
cool.
to go down first. I'm going to have to light a torch or something.
Oh, you know what? I'm
I
gonna
got
move
a
you.
cool glowing orb.
guys, don't worry too much about that. I'm gonna.
It's always
we're gonna
the
go to
orb
another-
with you.
We're gonna go to another map, okay?
Oh, exciting.
So, I bet this
Really
map.
dark.
It is very
I
dark.
I light my torch.
I am
Okay.
scared.
It is very dark where you are,
I can see fine.
and you're moving through a way, and you feel like you're going for a long way. You got a torch, Peter, right? You're up front.
Yeah.
The passageway twists and turns. There's no side passages off of it for quite some while, and then eventually it ends. Dead end, and it looks like a short ladder, and there's a hatch above you.
A hatch.
Yeah.
Up.
Is there how tight is this space? Do I need to investigate this myself, or can I get somebody more perceptive than me to
Somebody else could squeeze by you, but definitely you guys you're pretty cramped in here, right? So it's kind of single file right now.
Well, I'm gonna. What can I check this hatch before I open it?
Sure. Why wouldn't you? You got eyes, right?
Yeah.
Maybe listen at the hatch.
19 perception.
You get a +1 to that, by the way.
20 perception.
So you check the hatch. It looks like a simple hatch. It doesn't look like it's locked. And you don't see any light coming through, so it looks like it's probably pretty dark up there. And you know what? You kind of sound like you might even hear something. It's real faint though.
Does it look like a waterproof hatch? Like if he opens it, we're gonna get drowned in poop?
No, it doesn't. It just looks like your standard issue
asking.
hatch. You know, the one
Thanks
that
for
you get.
listening to Total Party Kill, everybody.
Sewage falls. You all die.
We all get drowned by poop.
a way to
Short session.
There's a British fellow in there. He says, "Come on in, brother."
Yeah, I know. There's an Apple II in there. Put in the numbers. Is somebody perceptive like to listen? Could I get somebody who's a good listener? Any good listeners out there?
I'm fairly perceptive. I don't know if I can
could
squeeze
try.
past all of these
Yeah, you're pretty far back.
fleshy bodies.
I can probably do that too.
I'm decent at perception.
Nah, nothing there. It's all safe.
I have a +6. I'm just gonna.
I mean, I gotta. Yeah.
Character. It's sometimes I think.
I got a
Okay.
plus
Oh,
11.
yeah, why don't you? Yeah. Everybody
Yeah, I can't
is.
hear anything.
Everybody
All right,
listen.
I'm going to try to be perceptive as well. 15.
This is a lot of squeezing and shuffling.
Yeah.
So far, I've heard.
I'm small.
Okay, here's a little bit. Better.
22.
You know, it sounds almost like maybe something's groaning. It's faint.
Ooh, does it sound like
Groaning?
Brother
There's
Balthazar?
a weird sort of
his
groaning
name?
noise,
Zombies.
guys.
By the way, just for future reference, anybody within 5 squares of me gets a +1 to perception for future rolls. So, just so
Yes,
you know.
it's good to know. I open the hatch.
Okay.
Let's get back into our regular order first.
Yeah.
Torrent of poo rains down upon you. You all drown and die.
I'm gonna put you guys are
God damn it,
kind of.
are there
I'm gonna put you
statues?
off the map. And you can decide like what order you're in, relative to the hatch there. So we'll say like you see what I'm doing. So Peter is at the top, and you can decide who's next after him. In fact, why don't we just decide? I'm gonna put you on the hatch square. Is that okay?
Yep.
Or are you going up or just opening it?
No, I'll go up.
All right, so you open the hatch. Do you have a light source with you?
I thought I brought a torch with me.
Okay.
Going down there. So unless we want Melek to pop up and look around with his orb.
I don't think Melek likes being front lines.
No,
Yeah,
I can be
that's what
near the front and like shine lights past you.
All
but I
right.
would
Yeah. Well,
prefer-
then I'm gonna poke my head up with the carefully with a torch and see what's up there.
Okay, are you guys in the order you want? I see Peter followed by Acrid, followed by Kay.
Actually, I was going to be next, but I
Okay.
don't have room in there. So,
do you want to go up there?
Here.
Is that good?
there.
Okay.
So, Acrid, then Flessa, then K, then I think that's how we were.
People are happy with that?
Sure,
All right.
Western's really happy with being it.
So, Peter, the room above you is completely dark. There's nothing in it. There's no light source in it. And you climb up into that room with a torch?
Yep.
Okay, let me illuminate the map for you a little bit. You are in a room that suddenly you see there are many other shapes that turn to face you.
Close
Not
the door.
all of them
Close
have-
the hatch. Close the
Not
hatch.
all of them have intact eyes, but those that do
Oh, that should be fine.
reflect the glittering
Do they?
the glittering torchlight that you brought into this space with you. And there's a good 24 or so creatures in this room. They're all humanoid, but they don't look very intact. You could say they are rotting, deteriorating, and you notice that there's all kind of just like a low moan coming from all of them, and they shamble in your direction.
Yeah,
cleric.
go back down. Close it.
Close.
And maybe that's a good point to have a cliffhanger ending for what happens next in Total Party Kill.
The
I
Walking
think that's a
Dead.
very